Hello, BookTube, and we're back in the pub this evening. We're having a quick pint or two.
Cheers.
Or 3 or 4. You get the idea.
I wish.
We're having a quick pint or two.
Well,
what's that? I don't think I drank that much. We're having a quick pint or two. What are you doing?
It's my fault. Apologies. I left it on.
I definitely was. I didn't think I drank that much yet.
There's two of you, Sean. So is Gerald here?
There's 2.
Gerald missed us last time, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, now there's 1. You
like
scared
those 2 jokers again. So have you got any reading done since we last oh look, we've got 2 there. All right, Ryan.
Hey.
Cheers, Aaron.
Reading, yes. I've been reading The Robots and Empire by Asimov. I'm not as far in it. I should be done by now, but I'm not. So hopefully over the weekend.
Yeah.
Why
would we?
Monocles. I might talk about monocles, but
why would we, Ryan? I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
There you are, Gerald. You stood us up on Wednesday. Hope you've got a good excuse.
Finished Treasure Island, which is great. It is, yeah.
Well done, fantastic. Now you've got to go and watch the 1950 Disney film with
the 1934 or 36, whichever it is.
1950. Robert Newton. You can't beat him. You can't. To be fair, even if the other films are better films, he's. Why didn't you want to spend it with your amazing friends here, Gerald? Come on. Happy birthday to you, my friend.
So, we got another 28-year-old now.
Are we singing Happy Birthday, Sean? Happy birthday.
Copyright infringement.
Oh, yeah, it is copyright infringement.
Yeah, it's copyright infringement. You can't do that. We'll get canceled.
Okay, good call. Good call, Ryan. Oh, no.
Jesus. But Jesus and Megara. That's a pretty bad Irish accent.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, happy birthday, Gerald. Or belated, because that was Wednesday. So that's a couple days ago.
Yeah, but right? Gerald's he's my age, I think we established, actually. So he is a young man.
The 56 Moby Dick. Screenplay mostly by Ray Bradbury as well.
Did you get any nice presents? Any good books?
Oh.
Still a young man, Gerald. Still a young man.
So yeah. What's that here? You don't get canceled for copyright, just lose monetization. Yeah.
Sorry, Sean. Okay. Happy.
Yeah.
I see Jason's got a new video out today. I haven't watched it yet. Have you?
Yeah, I have. He takes my name in vain, but he talks about some dirty books.
He talks about dirty books and he mentions you. Well, yes.
It's a book that I actually have somewhere, Forbidden Texts. And it's about forbidden texts.
Forbidden texts.
So that's, I guess, presents were alcohol. That's good presents. There's a book by Ray Bradbury on. Oh, yes. I think I know. I've seen that before. I've never read it. That would be really interesting. That would be really cool.
I think you're a couple of zeros short there, Jason, but we know what you mean.
Great Shadows, Green Shadows.
Green Shadows, White Whale. Probably the book name.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that up. Is that your age, Jason?
I
We were talking about age.
tell you, I'm really,
or the number of texts you have.
I'm really looking forward to the Umberto Eco thing next year.
Oh, I forgot about that one. I keep forgetting about these things. There's so
How
many.
can you forget about that one? That's Jason's event.
I know. Well, no, so many, and I've writing them down. I've got to write everything else down.
The British version, yeah. Yeah. And also, I'm really looking forward to Mark's event as well, the Pirates.
Yeah, it's just like there's too many, and then Mike's doing not Ray Bradbury, Edgar Rice Burroughs.
He didn't write, Jason, did he? You don't have any stories or essays or things by Eco about pirates. You're having a giveaway, Ryan. A giveaway of what? Well, books, I'm guessing, actually. Silly question, sorry. And is that what do you call it? Available to viewers in the US only, or?
Yeah, shipping is
crazy at the moment. Absolutely crazy.
6 books for free.
6 books for free.
I'll raise you to 9. Yeah, that would be a fun video to do, Mark. Is just sit here and play poker for books. I love British publishers. I'll send it anywhere. Have you checked the prices, Ryan? You might need to take out a second or third mortgage.
Yeah, it isn't. Well, I mean, I guess you don't mean sending all 6 at once necessarily to one person. So, yeah, but it can be pretty expensive. A friend of mine from BookTube wanted to send me some goodies, from America, because I miss things like I used to like the Butterfingers and all sorts of horrible stuff. And she got together like a nice little care package and took it to the post office, and the cost was more than like 2 or 3 times more the value of the contents inside. Yeah, so it was like I said, just forget it.
I used to send like boxes of books, like big boxes of books to Russia from Canada, and it'd be like $18 or $20. It was so cheap.
Yeah, because it's not that far, is it? They just like throw it over the Bering Straits, and
it didn't go that direction. That's the thing. It did not go that direction.
Yeah, Forbidden Text. So it was a video about Forbidden Text, was it, or what?
No, it was books that he's reading and going to read. And one of them was a slim volume called Forbidden Text. And I just go, I know, and I got it somewhere. I sent a goodie box. Ooh, wow. Wow.
You could almost have flown there yourself and given it to them.
Yeah.
No. Name and shame them, Ryan. Name and shame them if they're a booktuber.
Don't know any in Northern Ireland, do we?
I know one girl in Northern Ireland, but I doubt it was.
Remember?
Yeah, are you sure, Ryan? It wasn't the Republic of Ireland, and the person's in the chat right now.
Yeah, I still receive a few, or I have in the past received from Powell's in Chicago, M bags, and I used to send stuff in M bags as well. But the problem with that is that they can hold on to it and do a good swing with it, so it has to be well packaged.
What was I going to say? So Powell's is a chain, is it? I thought there was just one in Portland.
No, they're a wholesale book company, more or less for remainders. But they used to have 2 or 3 stores in Chicago, and then in Portland is their flagship store.
Okay.
They have a huge warehouse, or they did, where their warehouse was for the remainders, and it's a place. I forget. It might have been a carpet factory, and a train used to go through the building. A train.
We have there's a pub in Prague that has trains that go around the tables delivering the beer, but they're model trains. Sorry?
A little different, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's still kind of fun though, you know. All right then, yeah. But I mean, they must have missed a trick, mustn't they? Because there's such a big store in kind of pre-internet days. They could have like crushed Amazon maybe early on, right? They could have got in on that and for a whole.
No, they're not that kind of thing, because like there's a whole BS story of Bezos starting like from his garage with no money. I think he had like $1 million or something like that. He had a huge amount of money to start with. I sent a book to the Philippines to Bonfires of Vanity. It was like a few months.
Ambulance service.
Don't mind me, I'm just dying.
That would be terrible. You know what we were talking about before? Good ways to go. Probably it would be a top one for you, no?
Yeah, it could
Bring
be.
Alive with me on a Friday.
Well, yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh.
I don't know. I'm not sure what a black and I know what a black and tan is, but I don't think it's the same thing that we're thinking of. Maybe.
Yeah, well, it's a lager and a something else, I think.
Oh, it's a drink.
Yeah, it's a beer. It's mixing two beers together. I forget what it is.
Oh, maybe it's mixing then Harp with Guinness, because that's black.
Yeah, something like that, I think. Yeah. It was some more remote island. Yeah, 6 months. Wow. Somebody sent me at the end of 2021, at the beginning of December, a book from Canada, and it finally showed up, I think, in March.
Have I cancelled myself already, Jason, or what's happened?
I'm not sure. The popcorn is not even cold. Reference. I think you're not supposed to say black and tan here. What?
Well, I would imagine in Ireland it's not a good thing to say.
Because anytime I've seen so many Irish people order it in Irish pubs, so I don't understand.
Yeah, but it references the.
I know what it's referencing, but I know a lot. I know a lot of people that do it. I don't know. They clearly said those that do it separate. They know that they're not referring to that.
I don't know. Oh wow, we've got quite a rainstorm.
Yeah, it's been damp.
I'm looking out the window again, Jason, for the weather report.
There's been a lot of rain here. There's hardly been any sun that I've noticed in the last couple of weeks.
Speaking of sending books, though, I will make a video to say thank you, but I did receive a nice copy of Lonesome Dove from somebody. So yeah, I need to thank them, but it's very hard because I don't recognize the name like from the comments, you know. So I don't know, as you say, if it's like a different one. So yeah, I don't know, and of course I don't know whether to name them because I don't know if they want to be thanked, you know, if they want their name put out there. But
yeah, the best thing is just to say thank you, unless you are in contact with them and ask if it's okay.
I don't know, do I? Because I just received the book and there was like a little note saying who it's from, but it wasn't a name, you know, that I see. It's probably their real name, and maybe they use a different name. But I was absolutely thrilled, and you know, if you're watching and you sent it, send me an email so I know it was you and I can thank you.
Yeah, I occasionally I've got one that kind of.
Yeah, Ryan, thanks for nothing.
But yeah, sometimes you get these things and there's nothing in it, and the thing is, I've mentioned that, and somebody saying, "Oh, that should have been because there's nothing there's nothing. Usually there's a thing saying a gift from and it's blank. But I had none of those, so whoever did it forgot to put it in. Yeah, I got to read Lonesome Dove someday, maybe, possibly.
I mean, someday. Come on, there's Dune on the Range next year. I bought as well, but I got the copy of Yes, but not that one. I went for the what do you call it? Complete Works, the Delphi. They were on sale, Sean. I think it was the complete novels, was it, Jason? I think it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was only. I think it was only the novels. Were on Kindle. Were on for like 99 pence. And Jason let me know. But when I was looking through, I thought, get the whole thing. I suppose the notes and stuff will definitely be missing, but
And the authorized text, and then there's the 21 volume complete Orwell.
Yeah, by Tristan the Vet from All Creatures Great and Small. Yeah. I'm guessing this is a reference, Jason. Is it to Illuminatus?
That Penguin edition, if it's a complete novels, it's not the so-called authorized text. There's not a huge difference, but there are differences in it from other ones. So.
You've been told, Jason. Elvis, come here. He's depressed because there's a bit of thunder. Come on, it's okay.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good to see, Ryan.
Ooh. I look forward to that. I'm surprised, Ryan, we haven't heard you sign up for the big pirate event next year hosted by Mark Richardson. Being a seafaring man.
I'll do the sea poet.
The sea poet.
Well, there's lots of poetry about the sea.
No, I just got a notification. I got a notification on my phone, and it's one of those porno ones. You know, the comments?
Yeah, they. I've clicked on the thing saying.
No, you never did.
No. Wait till I'm finished, please.
Okay.
I clicked on the in channel whatever in the a YouTube thing of saying any links get held, but they don't. Those get through, and there's links on them.
Yeah, it's true. I'm actually just trying to see what it says. Everything's beautiful, but sometimes together with the number 10 and 1, an emperor online, a brunette and another blonde. It was unfair. It's unfair if something. No, I'm going to report it. Actually,
I was told by somebody that knows a lot of the stuff that when you report it, you actually it goes into. They know that you've reported it, so therefore they've got a reaction from you. If you just delete it, they don't know whether you've deleted it or what you've done. But when you report it, they know it's been reported.
So, I mean,
so therefore you get a reaction, so you get stepped up and get hit more.
Fine.
Apparently. So I don't know.
But they can't just be targeting like one person. Yeah, they must be doing it on loads of videos, and they don't get notified who reports them because that's anonymous.
No, they, well, you see, I think there are little bots in them that they know that you've reported it. Yeah, and they might even know that you've deleted it.
I mean, otherwise, you would have been notified several times of the number of times I've reported you for lewd and indecent behavior on your channel and things like that. So,
well, that's when my laundry doesn't dry quick enough.
Yeah, it'd be good actually, Ryan, to have some modern piracy, and some more ancient piracy as well.
The sea peoples.
Not just the Pirates of the Caribbean, as it were. I don't like being the guest. I can't see like how many people are here. I don't know. It's how many can you see?
13. There's 13.
13.
Yeah, and then but you should see at the bottom. You should be able to put up. Oh, where is it? I went sailing with 3 in a boat.
Are you sure it wasn't sea panties, Jason?
See, it's copyrighted. He's copyrighted it.
Yeah, I know people who go through and report them on other people's channels, though, when they see them. I just leave it up to the individual.
I just go through and I do thumbs down on every video that you put up, Mark.
So it is you. I wondered who it was who's terrorizing me.
No, it's just everyone now too. I've got one person. There's every single video. It's shortly after it goes up, it gets a thumbs down. Every single one. Sometimes I get more, but there's always. I could have, should be 100%, but no, there's one. There is one thumbs down that somebody's doing.
Might be somebody in Australia, of course.
Why Australia? Because they're down under. They're thinking that
they're the other way around.
That's racist.
It's not racist. It's maybe hemispherist or something. But what was I going to say? An attempt. Oh. I thought it was a corruption of like privateer somehow, but there you go. That makes sense. Yeah.
They've just turned into the Conservative Party here in the UK and other places. That's all. They just.
Sorry, I was watching Anne with the Books video about she wants probably to monetize her channel, right? Because she has hit 1,000 subscribers, but she was saying that she doesn't have the watch hours. And I have to say, I have the opposite situation. I've got the watch hours, I haven't got the subscribers. So everybody watching, please ask your aunts and your mothers and whoever else to subscribe to me for the period of about a month or so. They can unsubscribe later once I've got into the program. But,
Oh, well, if you drop below, they'll take it away.
No, they don't.
They don't?
Nope.
I thought they would. Wilbur Smith, I used to read some, but it's a long, long time since I've wed Wilbur Smith.
Yeah, I've decided to give you a break now, Jason. I don't do it anymore.
You were in Jamaica, didn't you? Was that you having after curry?
Damn it. I was about to say too much goat curry there, and so you took it away. Bermuda, actually, but hey. Oh, dear. Oh, that's funny. So anyway, right. Since Wednesday, you were talking about you were reading Robots and Empires or something.
Yes.
And anything else? Have you done any Dick reading?
No, actually. Well, I finished up and did. Oh, well, I read Rue Morgue, but we talked about that, I think, on Wednesday.
Well, I read, or no, that's not quite true. I'm reading the first British or English detective novel.
Which one? There's a woman that's is the detective in it. That's considered the first English one.
Oh, is it? When was it written?
Oh, I thought it was.
Well, no, this one, it's not a woman. Well, there's a woman in it, but she's not the detective.
What? Who is it? What is it?
That's the problem. I can't remember the name of the. It's a short story. Sorry, actually, it's a short story, and it's by a chap. I think,
maybe because it could be the first novel, and I
think his name. He writes under a nom de plume. His name's I think William Russell, and he writes under the name Waters. And he it's something like it comes from something like a. Well, actually, that's true, Alan. It's true, Alan. I'm not. Well, I am reading, but not reading that. I'm saving it for the weekends because if you notice what I've just talked about, they're short stories. I can't get in the frame during the week after work to actually sit down and go through the book. But I have plans tomorrow and Sunday to sit down with the Yiddish Policemen's Union.
It's Friday today, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so the weekend is. Crikey, that week has gone quickly. What?
Nothing. Time flies when you're having fun, right, Sean?
And even when you're not having fun.
No, because I always thought when you like when you worked and then you're sick, usually the day you're sick, the days you're sick, the days seem to go longer, right? So I would have thought that for you, maybe the days felt like they dragged a bit, but to give Jason letters some heart to rate piano fairies and get to write his memoirs. Yeah, that'd be good. So apologies, Alan. I will be there. I'll catch up.
What else? I read some essays, and I talked you into do the one today.
Did indeed. Go and watch it.
So are we going to do Dueling Orwell? Are we going to do Dueling Orwell?
I don't know. We can do, as long as we have scope to expand it, perhaps into other things as well. Because it's something that can go on and on. But then I don't know how popular it will be. So.
Yeah, Jason, there was something that I came across a few years ago that they said the first, or maybe it was the first detective or something, maybe first professional detective, and it was actually a woman. That could be it. And I can't remember what it is.
Well, this guy wrote under the name of Waters, and actually, if you've got the Otto Penzler Victorian mystery book, it's the first story.
Victorian England? Is that
1842 or something like that, 1843?
Is that the Victorian villains and rogues or whatever?
No. It's the Victorian mysteries and crime and mysteries or something.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen that one.
It's newish. I think it's the newest one or one of the newer ones.
Oh, okay.
And there's like a little introduction about it, and it's interesting. Yeah. But the guy writes. He writes these kind of like, I don't know if there's a special name for it, but it's almost like occupational fiction. So he writes fake memoirs as if he was, someone from those jobs. So like he writes these early detective stories as if he were in the police himself, and so that's why he writes under like the pseudonym. And then he does the same thing where he writes naval stories under the fake rank of Lieutenant so and so RN, and he's it's just as the author's name. And he also does things on barristers as well. So,
well, I don't really like books that are navel gazing.
I love them. Oh, naval.
It took you a while.
Yeah.
I want to read. I've only read the Hyperion stories of Dan Simmons, and the rest are sort of have always been there on the horizon to read. Drood, you name it, Terror, or whatever it was called.
Oh, it's the same Dan Simmons.
Yeah,
Simons.
Simmons.
I have the Terror. I want to read it. I almost read as a non-fiction August of Adventure Michael Palin's
Erebus, yeah.
What Elvis is doing there, eh?
Yeah, he's come out. He's
Calm down today.
Elvis. No. He's
Elvis.
ignoring me.
Okay.
Elvis.
There's a storm outside, and he keeps looking at it a bit worried. Don't worry. It's okay.
He won't have walkies tomorrow.
Don't say that.
Well, he's ignoring me. Walkies. Yeah. Elvis. He's ignoring me.
There we go. Yeah, Jason's stumbled upon it. Or Googled it.
Recollections of a detective police officer. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Drood. Is it science fiction or?
Edwin Drood.
Yeah, I know Edwin Drood. So it's a rewriting kind of Edwin Drood, or?
Does he actually? Is it sort of the finishing of it? Is it? I mean, I'm not sure really. I know it's connected to it, and that's all I know.
Same to you, Jason.
But yeah, I got to read more of his books. And the Terror is the first one on the list. Then I think Drood, and then the what is it, Ilium and Olympus, or whatever order they're in. I think they're in order. I think they're connected somehow.
I don't know. As I say, I haven't read any of his yet, but I do want to read The Terror. And Alan says it's the best horror novel he's ever read.
It's a horror novel. Is it horror? Like, I mean, is it supernatural? Like people have told me that it's not really. You don't know.
I love that guy. Is it Kieran Hines? He's in it, isn't he? He's a great actor, Jason.
Oh, that's cool. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about it. I knew it had something to do, but I didn't know.
Who's Wilkins?
I think he means
Wilkie Collins.
White.
Who?
The women in white. What's his name?
Yeah, Wilkie Collins. Yeah.
Wilkie Collins. Yeah, I think that's what he means. It is a horror. Okay.
So why isn't it just called The Horror?
Because it's terror.
Yeah, but what's his name? Guy de Maupassant has a nice essay, a short story about the horror and the terror.
But wasn't the terror the name of the ship as well? It's the name of the ship.
Yes, I know.
Is it? Well, yeah. So that's why.
That's why. So the terror is a horror. The terror is a trip. I'm not sure. I mean, you wouldn't want to get on an aircraft called the Terror, would you?
Depends on who was flying, I guess. Yeah, Collins. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe it's just used in a funny way. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Because why would you name a ship called the Terror as well? Like, why would you name a ship?
I think it meant that probably they terrorized their enemies, maybe.
But was it a battle? Was it a? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Well, that's the one I would prefer.
Actually, it's a new video for you, Shawn. Your top 10 ship names. There's the Louise. There's the Brooks. There's the Louise Brooks. Anything else? The Lulu.
Mary Louise Brooks. Mary Louise Brooks.
Mary Louise Brooks.
Lulu.
Yeah. The Flapper. HMS Flapper.
I'm sure somebody has called it. Whoa. Oh, thank you. That's the first time I've seen that.
There you go.
Did you choose the color?
Of course, you have to split that with me now because maybe I was the impetus. I was half expecting two fingers there, Shawn.
Welcome to the tear. This is your pilot, Captain Roman. Yeah. There's a Brooks comment I want to make so bad right now.
God bless her and all who sail in her, or
does that have to do with? Well, it's if I ever bore you, it will be with a knife, or is this the one that she's talking? Tells what's his name? The film critic of a certain thing that she does in her living room.
What does she do in her living room?
That's not for prime time.
There's a private chat. You can message it me.
How do you? Oh yeah, I'll tell you later.
All right.
No, it randomly came up. Sorry, wouldn't let me join on my phone. Oh, I just not seen that before. So yeah, you've got something. I guess, yeah, you get a sticker beside it too. I don't know how that works. Well, thank you. And for your convenience, super chats to come.
Well, I don't understand this, right? Because I'm watching Nate's member thing at the top there.
Yeah.
And the color gradient is changing, right? So it's on a timer. So that's going to disappear.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, so that's, yeah, because it might disappear. Oh, wait a minute. It's gone back a bit. I have no idea. This is all new to me.
I don't know either. But you see, I've seen people do it where they like, I guess the super chat is what they send. Oh yeah, Nate's in a different color. His other chat.
Yeah.
His name's highlighted in green.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What? Yeah. And how does it work on your OnlyFans, Sean? Same kind of deal, or?
Dollar signs. I missed the beat here. I should have put my PayPal link down below. The wish list, everything like that. This have a super chat. I'll answer a question for $100. and for 200 you might get more than a yes or no. Oops, that's not the one I was trying to click.
Oh, Jason, well, thanks for turning up, mate. Nice to see you, as it were. And I'll watch your video later.
Yeah, that's
just
a good
to
one.
see the forbidden texts.
Oh, I thought there was a part of a word missing there with the colon at the beginning. I'm going, what is it? Cleaning? Learning? Oh, learning.
I think he's doing some emoji that hasn't worked out. I've seen that before.
No, because I thought there was like it was just the 2 points of a C that was showing. So it was like, what?
What would be $100 question?
What, to get me to answer?
Yeah. Like what Louise Brooks does in her living room, or did in her living room, or?
Oh heck, I'll do that for tuppence.
Oh, all right then. Where's my? I could send you tuppence on PayPal.
Or a farthing.
Half a crown? That's more. No. Hate me.
Well, that's double. That's 100% more than a farthing.
I don't even know. I'm far too young.
Farthing's a quarter, and a halfpenny is a half penny.
Yeah, I know halfpenny's half penny. A farthing is a quarter. You're right. Yeah, they used to have the wrens on them, didn't they?
And how many shillings are in a pound? And then how many shillings are in a or how many pennies are in a shilling? And then how many shillings are in a crown? You're looking them up.
No, I'm not actually. I got a notification, and it's just telling me that William and Catherine have been made Prince and Princess of Wales. Thankfully, I can go to sleep happy tonight, knowing that. It's non-stop notifications. I need to turn them off. So that's
What?
cool.
Who's notifying you that?
I think that's either the Guardian or the Washington Post.
I don't get those anymore. I just found them annoying.
Maybe.
Well, the weird thing was that popped up on my thing somewhere. Somebody did a video saying that David Attenborough died yesterday as well, and I'm going, holy shit! And then I Google searched, and I don't see anything in the news, so I think that was BS.
Well, I mean, it would be a bad day to die, wouldn't it? Yesterday, to be honest, it'd just be.
Well, I remember when Dickie Attenborough died. Now, all over Twitter and everywhere, people were saying, "Oh, I'll miss his documentaries." Huh?
I think the funniest one I remember seeing was when Thatcher died, and I saw it repeated. It was mentioned on Graham Norton, but I remember at the time how funny it was. Is people read it the wrong way. Instead of Thatcher died, they read that Cher is dead.
Really?
She had to deny that she was. Yeah. That Cher is dead. Thatcher is dead. It's like, I don't know. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I want to get me some. So this is a super chat. Or it's just.
No, I don't think so.
It's when a member signs in.
Yeah, I think when a member makes a comment.
And also, I guess Nate just joined, but now he's disappeared. His thing at the top there.
Oh, yeah, but if he puts up another comment, it should still be good.
Really? No, because it did. Oh yeah, it could be actually. Nate, do us a favor, mate. Can you just write a comment? It's
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't go at the top again.
No, it doesn't. That was just highlighting to everybody that he joined and shaming everybody else and wondering why they haven't joined as well.
Yeah, that's it. That's cool. But no, it hasn't come up.
No, that must be it.
It's like a kind of fanfare announcing Nate's arrival.
Well, there's other things like I don't know. I don't understand most of it. It's something talking about like private chats, and I'm not sure where that comes in. Does that come in on a live?
I think you might be confusing that with some other kind of service.
No, it does say something about private chats, and
it's not an OnlyFans thing.
I don't know what it is, but I have no idea. What is that thing again? Well, it's called supers. What is a super sticker?
I don't know.
Super stickers, super thanks, and super chat. So I don't know. Well, I guess. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. As Aldous Huxley and C.S. Lewis would tell you, never die on the same day someone else more famous than you dies. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But I don't know who would be more famous, David Attenborough or the Queen. David Attenborough's pretty beloved, like even internationally.
Yeah, I know. I don't have an answer for that.
No. I know which one would. Well, I'm not going to say anything. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I have no idea what these super things are.
He's 90-some years old himself, isn't he?
Same age, I think. Do you know the freaky thing is though? The Queen was the same age as Marilyn Monroe. So it's kind of weird to think that, isn't it? Because of course she died so young. But yeah, they would have been the same age.
So are you saying Marilyn Monroe didn't actually die and
became Queen of England? No.
Yeah. Is that what you're saying, Mark?
Not at all. They look nothing alike.
Well, actually, have you seen pictures of Queen Elizabeth when she was in the? Well, I guess was she in the Wrens or she was in something? No, I guess the Wrens is American.
I think she's in the no, there's Wrens in England, but it's I think she was in the WAF or something, wasn't there? Or something like that.
Yeah. That's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a crazy thing, Nate.
Oh
You're right.
that's weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, and the ATS, the what is it? Auxiliary. I can't remember what.
Transport service, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because she was driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been better if she was in the ATF, perhaps.
The ATF.
The American Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a whole series of spy super novels with a young Queen Elizabeth doing James Bond. Wouldn't that sell like hotcakes?
Well, it sounds like it's a little bit naughty.
Why?
You said she's doing James Bond.
No, I'm talking about being a super spy like James Bond.
So like doing a James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she did it though, didn't she? The Queen. She did it for the Olympics. She jumped out of that airplane.
Yeah, right. But no, during the Second World War, just after she, after I guess it would be, so she'd be James Bond. She'd be Queen,
Windsor. Elizabeth
000 would be her name because she would be right at the beginning, 000. Or some strange idiotic reason the British say treble. Treble? I don't hear trebling. I don't hear treble.
So offensive. It's almost racism against me as an English person.
I forgot about that when I think we were talking one time. That so confused me when somebody said treble, and I'm going, what?
777, double A.
It's like, that just extremely confused me, and it's still I have to stop and think when somebody says it. It just does not make sense to me.
Doesn't take much to confuse you, though, does it?
Not these days.
Oh, I actually kind of wish I was in the pub tonight, to be honest. No offense, everybody. Obviously, with all you guys would be great, but I have a craving, actually. I have a craving for a few beers. And, I could go, I suppose, in theory, because here we have what we call non-stops. So we literally have pubs that never stop. They're open 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
That reminds me of Latvia. When I was in Latvia, you walk down this, really, like you really know you're in a it was a pre-Soviet country, and you walk down these streets, and there's like these little at 3 a.m. There's these little bars at the bottom of these tower blocks, and just little rooms, of people sitting in there all night.
Yeah, we've got what's that? Oh yeah, Gerald. We definitely have them. I visited a couple in my time, of course. I would say, I don't know. I mean, we're bigger drinkers here in Czechia, of course, than the Poles. At least beer, anyway. The biggest in the world.
Latvia might be had the same thing because, like I say, 4 a.m. these places were open, so they might or maybe they opened when everybody else closed or something like that. I don't know.
No, that literally this place is open.
Yeah,
where it's never closed. I think it closed like for the first time in its history during COVID. It had to, but even then, I think they managed to keep up for a while some kind of window service, but I don't think it was 24 hours. But
that's dedicated. That's dedication.
Well, I think there's like little things about them. They generally have like, what do you call it? Games rooms, like not casinos, but with like slot machines. So there's usually some kind of gambling thing attached with them. But they're their own rules, really. Beer, Gerald, of course, the biggest beer drinkers in the world, and probably
But what
some of the
kind of
best
beer?
beer in
Is
the
it
world.
ale or is it's probably lager? I
Lager,
assume.
of course. Yeah, it's. I mean, their most famous brand is Pilsner Urquell. You know, the Pilsners.
And to quote the immortal Monty Python, it's like making love in a canoe.
Well, it is different though. I mean, if you have a good Czech beer here, it's it's really good. And of course, the most attractive thing about it is if you're in a town like this, it's going to cost you 45, 50, 55p per half liter of beer.
Oh, that's not as nice as when I was in Egypt, but we're talking 30 years ago now, though. So
Well, if you're talking 30 years ago here, you're talking 10p.
well, that's about what it was because it was like one Egyptian pound, and at the time that was like less than I think 25 cents Canadian.
Yeah,
So that would have been maybe 15p or something like that at the time, maybe.
yeah,
And,
you
and
can.
but not a bottle like that. It was a quart bottle of beer.
Mhm.
A quart
Well, here it's not a bottle. Here it's draft, and it's
bottle.
you know, I mean, actually, beer, depending on the beer you buy, if you buy a small beer, it's cheaper than a tap water because here they do really charge you for tap water unless you know people in the pubs and whatever, they just give it to you for free. But, or no, sorry, forget that nonsense. They do charge you for tap water often, but I mean, if you bought a mineral water bottle, it will cost you more than a beer. So they always joke that in this country, beer is cheaper than water.
Well, it's like gin. Gin, I guess at one time it was cheap.
Yeah. It's a bit divided though. I mean, Bohemia, where I live, which is the western part, because it's kind of it's 2.5 states, the Czech Republic is Bohemia, Moravia, and Silesia, which it shares with Poland. And Bohemia is the beer drinking part, big time, but it's the part nearest Germany. And Moravia is the more wine and strong, what do you call it, spirit schnapps drinking. So
Here, I think. Well, I know several pubs that I think closing. What is it about 2 a.m. as well or one? But if you're in the pub, they can lock the door sort of or not allow anybody else in, and they could just continue all night as long
well,
as people
I
are
don't
getting.
think they can, but they do. I know what you mean. It's called a lock-in, and they're not allowed to sell the beer. You have to buy the beers in advance.
Not ones that I've been in.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I just remember that you take up a collection or whatever, and you note yourself down for like 6 beers and pay for it, and then they can't be done for you for selling beers outside of licensing laws. But then I don't know when you're talking about. I'm talking about before the changes in licensing laws, so when they really had to close
I don't
at
know when the
10:30,
changes were.
11. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about going there because I've been there so much. It's like the place you end up in, right? And so I'm always in terrible condition, or I used to always be in terrible condition when I got there. And it's so smoky. It's not supposed to be smoky, right? It's illegal to smoke in public places here now, but still, it is so smoky. And once you get in there, you start to meet people you haven't seen for a long time. They've come from other pubs, other things, and everybody's so drunk, but you end up with these conversations, and then suddenly they want to do some shots with you as well. And it's terrible. I mean, when you walk out there at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning, and the sun's in the sky, and you've got to walk, it's at basically the other end of this street. It's a long, straight street. It's just shameful having to make that walk,
The walk of shame.
well, you're steaming drunk, but everybody else, like the women and the children and whatever, are out, doing the morning shop in the town, meant to, of course, but it just feels worse when you're walking back from the pub. My goodness.
I remember reading in Bill Bryson's notes from a small island where he described the prices being transitioned to decimal in the early 70s. A pint would cost you, came out of 25p, yeah. But I remember going back to George Orwell, and what is it, Coming Up for Air? The character is sort of trying to go back home, in a sense, rekindle childhood memories. But he talks about, they go into pubs, and this is like late 30s, before the Second World War, and he's talking about how they've been gentrified, plastic beam, or like fake beams, making it look old. But he talks about the chemical taste of beer. It doesn't taste like it used to. And in the Good Books Bad, or Bad Good Books, or whatever it was called, the essay, it just, nothing's changed. Like, that people had then are the same that they have now, just removed 60, 70 years or more.
Well, I hope it's called Good Bad Books, because that's what I called it, rather than Bad Good Books. Yeah, Good Bad Books, yeah. Yeah,
Then,
it's funny. It's funny how all these people always complain how things have changed. And yet, you're right, the distance in time is so much different now, even for us, that we would look at his stuff as being quite good in comparison. But I do think some countries probably, shouldn't have relaxed drinking laws. And I think Britain is one of them. Because you know what the British are like? Well, you know what the British are like? The Canadians too, actually. I've known Canadians to be...
If they're Newfoundlanders, yes.
Oh, I've known a good few Canadians who like to put in a drink.
But, yeah, but if you think that is, meet a bunch of Newfoundlanders.
But I remember when I moved to Japan, and they had this thing called the Nomi Hodai, which was like a all you can drink. You would pay, you go into the pub, and you would sit down. You would order Nomi Hodai, which was like all you can drink for a set price. So let's say $15, right? And you get 2 hours, like it's on a timer, to drink all you can in 2 hours. The problem is, like, for Japanese, it wasn't a challenge. It was like, I'm going to pay my $15, and if I drink only 3 beers, it's fine. But as an Englishman, I was with Americans, Canadians. We looked at it like a challenge, not how much you can drink in 2 hours, but how much can I physically drink in 2 hours? My goodness. Ah, Vonda, hello. Nice to see you. You're up late? Or you're up early, maybe? No, late. Or both. Maybe coming back from a night on the town. She's in the Far East.
Ah, okay. Talking about the drinking thing, I remember at university, and there was a club I joined, university club, and
chess club.
What?
Chess club?
Something like that, yeah. That this was first year, and they take the new ones out, the newbies, out to drink, and it was like they buy as much as you could drink. So I said, right. So I did vodka, and I think I depleted their bank account a little bit, and I was asked by the bartender at one place to come up to the counter because I don't know how many I'd already drank, and then all she was, where do you put it? And then told me to sit back down, and then the more drinks came.
Got hollow legs. I'm just laughing at Alan. I'm just imagining him saying that in like a Northern English voice. Hiya, love.
Well, that's the thing. See, English people can get away with that here. If I don't even try that, because I know I'll be I can't. We can't talk about the club outside the club. What was I saying? Oh my God, Molson beer. Oh God, not Molson. Well, actually, Molson makes Rickard's Red. I think is the only thing that's good. But no. Um,
Yeah, but Canadian beer is better than American beer, isn't it?
Well, I like Rickard's Red, but I that's about the only one that I really liked. I can't remember what I was starting to say.
About having costing them loads of money. The people in the Newfoundland newbies, the newbies.
Huh?
You were talking about going in the club, going out with people who were new.
Yeah, like no, it was they took out the newbies at the university that joined the club.
Oh, okay. So then you paid for the newbies. They didn't have to pay for the older people. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
No. So they bought the drinks for the newbies.
All right. I think it should be the other way around. The newbies should have been forced to buy all your drinks.
That's not how it worked. There.
Not good. Not good.
But I can't remember what I was starting to say something else, and the Bollinger Club just brought back some strange memories. I mean, the question of the Bollinger Club there.
I'm surprised you can remember.
No, there's only one time. There's only one time that I think I might have lost memory drinking. I think there's one time, but I won't say how much I was drinking. I just drank so much that it was insane. It was no wonder. It was a wonder I survived, I think.
See, I have to be careful. I don't know if my mum's watching in the background, so I'm not sure what I will say. But this is your channel, so she might be, she might not be. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to save it for when that's what I'm going to do. You know, one day I'm going to get a Patreon and I'm going to offer different levels of stories or stuff that I've done. In fact, you could do that. You could put in some of your extra info about your misadventures in the Middle East and that kind of thing. So, and what Louise Brooks did in her living room. Yeah. Well, now you sound more Cockney.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you know, you get some foreigners here in this country. It's like, you know, like I'm not foreign. Everybody else in this country is foreign. But you know, you get some people that are non-English and they can get away with saying that kind of stuff. And if I try to do it, I know I'll be up in front of a judge. As innocent as I could say it, just, you know, I'll be up in front of a judge. It would be a fun drink off. No, the one time that I think I remember, it was like bottles of vodka, but these had sort of handles on it. There were jugs. There were 60 some ounces each. I drank a few of those in an evening. Yeah, well, you know, I have woken up in strange places occasionally.
I've woken up under bridges, and I fell asleep once in a cable TV hole in the street at the end of my street in the UK coming back from the pub.
That's the kind of thing it was. That's the kind of thing it was. But there were no they weren't sororities. They were.
Well, we have it in England. It's called Freshers Week.
Yeah.
But you see, Declan doesn't ask who would win in a drink-off between the two of us.
Well, considering I survived well over 150 ounces of vodka in an evening. I'm not sure who else could.
I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I put it away in my time. I don't think I could do it now.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't.
I think at the height of my powers, I would have done pretty well. You know, as a part of a rugby club, that contributes to drinking, of course. And yeah. Yeah, that's right, Aaron. Good one.
Well, not the king of Saudi, but there is a story about the current king of
England?
Jordan.
Jordan. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Not Saudi, but the current king of Jordan. When he wasn't
Yeah,
king.
I would join your Patreon to hear that story. I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's funny. 42 years old, and I'm still like, oh, I wish I could just talk away here, but I just don't know. I feel awful if my mum was tuning in the background, and I'm like, well, there was this one time in Japan where.
Well, that's the thing. Like to me, there's nothing like that. It's just I don't know. There's some things that I've done with some people that main. That, let's just say they're still alive.
You almost killed the King of Jordan.
I didn't say that. Yeah, that was the time I think I sort of forgot. I think I forgot a little bit because I started out in Ontario and I woke up in Central Park, New York.
Well, yeah, but actually, my first earthquake was like that when I was in Japan. It was true. The first time I felt an earthquake was at like 3 o'clock in the morning I can't remember if it was a Saturday or Sunday morning, and I was drunk, and I'm lying on the tatami on the floor, and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, the room's moving. How much have I had to drink? The whole light and everything swaying. I'm like, oh, I feel really sick. And then I just fell asleep. And the next day we all met for lunch. And the first topic of conversation was everyone was like, did you feel the earthquake last night? I was like, Jesus, it was an earthquake.
So Alan's not sure which he'd bet on. But Declan says that when the circles on your wall start moving, you've won.
Well, I had a good friend in Japan who was Canadian, or he's still Canadian actually, if he's still around, I guess. Given his exploits, I'm not too sure, but yeah, I mean, he could put him away for sure, big time. And he was funny. He was so enthusiastic about stuff. He had the nickname the Captain because he would like always organize everything, get everybody out and about, get everybody out there drinking, and oh, it was great fun. Yeah, had a few beers or a few shochus or sakes or what?
Yeah, no, those were the days. You try to tell young people that today, they wouldn't believe you.
Well, Sean, you didn't have to specify exactly where you're going on your out and about. It could be to the pub for a few big nights out.
Well, actually, there's something that's kind of cool. People have done that. You could go into Pilgrims. Well, it's called Pilgrims here, but it's Is it Waterspoons? Chain. Yeah, Weatherspoon. Sorry, and then you can order with your table number, and but you can actually go on their website, and I could put the table number where I'm located, and people could order for me.
People could order for you.
Yeah, and it would come to my table. People were doing that on Twitter. I don't know if they've stopped it, but people would say that they're.
Oh, I see what you mean. So you could basically get drinks donated to yourself while you're out, and they would bring it.
Yeah, people were doing that,
mate. That would be wonderful. I should do it here.
Everybody, how would you like to see Mark and I go to a pub, and you just order all the drinks for us, and we'll just have the camera put to the side, but unobtrusively, so nobody notices, and we'll just.
They wouldn't give us. Well, I was going to say I can't say they wouldn't care here, but the thing is, though, they would be getting the better deal with me.
How is that?
Because they could buy at least 5-6 drinks for the price of one of yours. I'll be finished. No, the key is get out there, get your out and about thing on, get in good shape, and then next Easter, head on over to the Czech Republic. We'll go beating some local people, and
yeah, and that's where I will get arrested for it.
Whoa, drunk bowling and baseball. That sounds great.
So did you combine the both?
Yeah, it could be dangerous, couldn't it? Throwing bowling balls at people. Some idiot's got fireworks going and Elvis is running away.
Yeah, I hate fireworks.
Really affects them, Sorry, I'm going to have to just go and see if he's all right. You mind? Can you hold
that's okay. I'll just talk about
the King of Jordan and...
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to do. Like in Jordan, because it is a Muslim country, but you could still buy booze, and you just had to look for a store that had a big sort of plastic statue of Mickey Mouse. I think it was Mickey Mouse. So and when you saw that, you knew you could get booze there. A lot of Russian vodka. Some of that you could blow your head off with. You definitely, Alan, you would not be wanting to be smoking around some of that stuff. That stuff is lethal. I'm serious. I've been in pubs in the Middle East where, or bars, not pubs so much there, but where people have been smoking and a spark drops in their drink and it basically explodes. It can be saying.
Can you hear me from here, or is it too quiet?
I can hear you, but it's a little ways away, but I can hear you. Or we can. I'm sure if I can, everybody can.
I had a situation when I was in Bratislava. I was on one of these stag do's, and the people I was with, they wanted to drink the flaming B-52s. I can't remember what they're made of, but they're kind of the shots that you put. You set them on fire, and they stuck the straw in to drink it quickly. And this friend of mine stuck his straw in. And of course, the straw started to melt, and then he went to blow it out because it was. So he blew it out. He just went, and then of course the fire and the alcohol dripped onto the bar. And he ended up with this whole streak of fire across the bar, and it fell on the floor. And we had to leave after that. So. Are you okay?
Declan, I've got some. If you look under my shelf tour, I can't. There should be a video with all the ones. Not too many old ones. I was quite late getting to Arrow as a label, and they're hit or miss for me. They have a lot of interesting stuff, but it's a lot of I don't know what to call it. Schlock horror stuff is the best way to do it. And some of it, I don't know if I'm prepared to, or I wasn't prepared to pay for it, that much for the films. But yeah, I do have some. But no, Alan, yeah, maybe we could do this. If I can get out to a pub, Mark can get out to a pub, and we could do this. A pub in England and a pub in
Chechnya.
Yeah. I wonder if that would work. We'll do it live from respective pubs.
I think it would be great fun. You have to have the whole headphones in.
Where it's a paid view. We charge and the drinks.
Well, you don't need to really. I suppose what could happen. I mean, it's a shame I haven't got the capability to do it yet. One more time, please get everyone to just push me over the 1,000. I've got the watch hours. I just need the people. But with the thanks or super thanks, that's probably what they do, right? So they could just tip you that and put it on your bar bill.
Yeah, well, it takes you a while to get that money from.
No, but what I'm saying is, you'll get it back, right?
Yeah, you will, yeah. Yeah, no, that's a way to do it too.
It would be fun. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could do it here quite easily, really.
I could probably do it on it would have to be a quiet night, or a quiet day, maybe.
It can't be a school night for me.
Yeah.
Too old to get up. So what we could do it in a holiday, where we could do it like, when I have half term or something like that, then it doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter to you. So we could do like a Wednesday night when I don't have school on the Thursday, for example.
Yeah, but people look at me strange that if I'm talking to a screen, I need to buy a blow up doll or something like that to sit across from me.
Take Edgar with you. They won't look strangely at you.
Yeah, right. They'll probably call the police. Poor Edgar. Alas.
Oh, don't worry, Declan. I actually don't drive. I don't have a driving license, so
neither do I. So.
And that's not the reason I don't have one.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would definitely need taxis there and back. But let's say I could probably find a small pub somewhere that you could do that. That you wouldn't have the teeny boppers in and stuff. So it'll be just a bunch of old codgers.
Well, I could guarantee that there'd probably be people just appearing on my thing. They'll just be so drunk and looking in and throwing their arms around. Because if I do it, I'm probably going to take you guys to the non-stop. In fact, actually, even better, we could, because there's 3 pubs in one in the building. It's all under the same management. So there's like the kind of more traditional Czech pub where we could start off. Then we could head up to the bowling place where they've got kind of a more kind of cocktail-y bar thing, and then down to the one that never closes. Yeah.
Well, then I'll have to go somewhere else too.
I'll be in the same building, so.
Well, I was trying to figure out where the nearest brothel is.
I thought you were going to say like Stringfellows. I didn't think you were going to go that.
That I don't think they would allow me to film in. I suspect. But then again, if people want to chip in,
I could just see
all of a sudden 18. Either it's going to go plummet, or we'll get 150 watching now.
Well, the gender dynamics will probably. Yeah.
Oh well, we lost one. We definitely lost one.
Who?
I don't know who, but it went down one.
Well, I have to agree, Von, to the amount of fun I had in Japan and Hong Kong, actually, when it came to nights out, were something else. Actually, it would be good if we just all went to the pub in our respective places and just chatted. Like, in fact, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, we could, and Alan, you could join. Like, how many? We can get 10 on here, can't we? We can get 10. So 10 drunks trying to do a live stream.
Well, I think the funny thing is that we would have to have a round chosen by everybody in the group.
What at the 10? You mean the group that's on?
Well, yeah. So, for example, if Alan drinks those black and tans, whatever, then there has, he can choose that everybody, all 10 have to have that, and then. Oh, soju. I never tried soju and beer.
What's soju?
Soju is like Korean sake.
Ah.
It's quite mild, but it's deceptively so. Drink now. I haven't got anything. Well, actually, that's not true.
Or definitely we could have a drinking not a contest so much, but a thing. So as soon as somebody says something or a random word shows up in the comments, we have to take a drink.
True. I'm just wondering if I can stand
Only
up.
Four? Only 4?
Only 4. 4 people watching.
I hear bottles.
Well, I was thinking I don't have any alcohol, and then I thought actually I've got a ton of alcohol.
Well, I still got my vodka. Should I go get my vodka? But I don't have anything to mix it with.
Is it vodka or is it?
Oh, sorry, gin. And I got some beer that's 2 years old, but I don't think it'll be that good.
Even within arm's reach. Oof. God, it's dusty, actually.
Was it
Shows
wine? Is it wine?
No. It's Captain Morgan rum.
Uh-huh.
But this is the one that you want to stay away from. Slivovica. It's a plum moonshine.
Oh, I know moonshine. I know how to make it. So I've had some stuff that literally would well you if you didn't, you wouldn't need gasoline or petrol. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, Jason could be cool with that.
Yeah, let me just pour it into my empty water bottle. Right, here we go. Look at this. Cheers, everybody. Sorry?
Without taking the cap off, but you poured it in, yeah.
Yeah, it's magic. You know, I haven't drunk in so long, and I would love to, but I'm really trying hard with this thing at the moment. So it would have to be within a couple of months or in a couple of months.
I don't know if I should even try, but I think I'd maybe try. So we'll just I'll give everybody the address where I am. If I disappear off the screen.
Well, to be honest, Nate, I would prefer a bottle of Gosling's black rum, which is a Bermudian rum. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, Captain Morgan, you take what you can get here in Eastern Europe.
Well, I don't have a car and I don't drive, Aaron. So that's I'm lucky.
Imagine Sean being pulled over after this proposed. Go too fast. Proposed live stream, police and asking, having trouble.
Oh, sorry.
My squadron leader. That's all right. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, but I've got that taste for it. Or
can I go get my gin?
Sorry.
Can I go get my gin bottle out of the freezer?
You can. I don't mind.
Well, yeah, that's one. How many votes can I get? How many super? Let's put it that way. How much super thanks can I get for me to sit here and drink my bottle of gin?
The thing is, I'm just imagining.
That's bad. That's bad.
I'm just imagining now that the situation would be like, everybody, thank you. I love you all. Yeah, you can't have it that every move you make you get a tip for. That's heading into OnlyFans territory, Sean.
Yeah, I know.
How much to scratch my ear?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we could do though. We could do the you could write the name of the biggest tippers on your body in lipstick. So what I've heard that happens sometimes. My friends tell me. My friend Sean told me.
Everybody believes you, Mark. Everybody believes you.
Of course they believe me. I'm not sure they believe you, though.
Nobody wants me to go get my bottle of gin. Okay, I'm very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. The gin. 10 to go. I think it's 10 we can get on here, but
well, I'm sorry if you've commented on this tonight, you're in. So
the other thing is that it's going to be really difficult. Like it would be fun to do, but because we'll have to be using Wi-Fi obviously at the respective places, so that could be difficult. But it would be fun trying.
I don't know. I think I've got my Wi-Fi set up there, unless they've changed the code, but he wouldn't care.
Yeah,
the benefits of a really small town and being like the only Englishman in the town is that, and it'll be even better when the village doesn't have a pub. I'll just go to somebody's house and drink, then it'll be fine. Just knock on the door. Let me in. I'm a camera.
I'm so disappointed, though. I'm so disappointed. Nobody wants me. And even I don't need to be paid to drink.
Oh, right. So just someone in the comments say Sean, go and get your gin. And that's it. They don't have to pay you. That's fine. You know. I don't know. They're just. It's just yeah. Oh, you've changed. Did that change?
What changed?
The thumbnail.
No, I didn't change the thumbnail.
Uh,
I don't think I can do it now. Get the gin. There we go. Who the hell is this person? You know, why is Elvis always showing up? Jeez.
well, he's probably watching it from the bedroom. Is it gin or vodka you've got down in the freezer?
Gin. Did I keep saying vodka?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to get up. This won't be pretty. So everybody, avert your eyes.
I don't know if people saw me in my pants when I got up earlier.
I'm wearing bottoms.
Oh, you are wearing stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I had pants on. Sorry, everyone.
Oh.
Sorry, Vonta. God, that's the emptiest I've ever seen Sean's room. Right, Sean's gone, guys. What are we going to talk about?
I can smell it.
Maybe sometime. You can still talk to me if you want. They have free Wi-Fi in American bars. They have free Wi-Fi here too. Yeah, it would be fun though. Something like that, I have to say. But I've not had a drink in over a year. You know. Oh my God.
It's getting frost on it already.
Oh my goodness. Have you not got any tonic with it? You're just gonna drink it?
I don't have anything. Oh, well, water. I guess I could do some water with it. Oh, missing all the. Oh, it's bloody cold. Burning my hand.
It's Canadian. Oh, thanks, Nate. Yeah, drop me in it. No cheers, nothing.
It's cold.
Jesus Christ, man.
The preferred drink of Louise Brooks.
I don't know. No, I can't. I can't, not yet.
What?
I can't, not yet.
What do you mean?
I can't join in. I can't drink.
Oh.
I'd love to, but I can't.
I don't know if just water will make any difference.
Well, if you water it down?
Yeah.
Is that your...
What?
That's your preferred measurement?
Well, it's a big glass.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big measurement.
So, you know, I'm going to water it down.
There's no ice. There's no ice in there.
Yeah. Well, there's no need for ice. It's been in the freezer for weeks.
No. I meant to make it look like there's more in there than not. That's a fair amount. Is that the amount of water you're putting in?
Well,
sorry, it's none of my business. Do what you like.
No, I just.
Oh my goodness, Vonta's really going for it there. Shot time. Everyone take a shot when I say. It's a shame you can't all come on the camera. Like we can't all have like just a massive like.
Oh, everybody. Let's have a shot.
You could put the link in the chat and see if anyone can jump in and like just drink.
Does anybody want to do that? Because you know, I can if you get any, you know, I can always kick anybody out.
See if anyone's brave enough to come on. Vonta, you're drunk. Why don't you come on and say hi and be on the video? Alan, you've gone down in my estimation. I thought if anyone would be drinking at 11 a.m.
Put the link in and see what happens. We can always put the link in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Just curious to see what would happen.
Because if you're that worried, we can actually or at least Sean can see you. I think. I don't know if I can.
Well, I'd have to add people to the stream. I can't speak to them or we can't see anything until they're part of the stream.
Well, you can see them in the bottom part, though.
Yeah. I can see them that they're coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 thumbnails for this. All right, I'm adding it in. Adding it in. That's the link. Put it in your browser and you can join the party. Whoop, whoop.
That's enough exercise for today, too, going to get my gin.
You did it.
Well, it's because I was eating here. So, I have a little pathway, but I've got stuff on the floor. So that was treacherous.
It hasn't appeared, has it, in this chat? Maybe they think it's a spam.
Oh, Can you put it in? Oh no, you can't put it into the.
I can't, but you can, because I can send you a private message with it, so you can just.
But I don't know how to put it into.
Well, you just choose at the top on the right side. It's private chat and comments. Copy the link in the private chat and paste it in the comment, unless it's already there.
But I don't know where I can put can I put comments in here?
Yeah.
Post comments.
At least you can on the computer. But I can't on this side, though. As the guest, I can't comment on your chat. There we go. I see it there. Yeah.
Because once this chat is done, they won't be able to.
No. It's a one-off deal. If you click the link, come on, and we'll see. We'll see who you are. I can taste that gin, actually, Sean.
It's not so nice when it's full.
But that's why, Vonti, you should be on the stream now, drinking with Sean, doing a cheers.
Oh, somebody's here.
Oh,
it's the troublemaker.
Cheers.
No coffee drinkers allowed, Alan.
I know. I hope my connection doesn't mess up.
Is this who's at this Comic-Con?
I'm not sure. I think it's I'm not sure. I don't know the details about it, but I'm working today and tomorrow too.
This might be where J. Michael Straczynski announces the new Babylon project that's been done, not the reboot. So that'll be interesting.
Okay, what's the name again?
J. Michael Straczynski.
Okay, I'll pay attention for that.
Yeah, tell him Sean says hi.
I've never met him.
I've got a radio and all that.
I met several of the actors. One of the dead ones tried to jump over the table and attack me one time at a signing event.
Wasn't the King of Jordan?
No. Well, the person I'm talking about was not the king at the time. There's a big difference there. I would not be sitting here now if he was. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Oh dear. You wouldn't be sitting here. Wow, I don't know.
This is pretty good, Mark.
It is good. I really enjoyed what I've read. I've read chapter 6, I think.
Oh, you were okay.
Yeah, I just haven't. Honestly, it's the first week back to work, so it's like a bit of a shock. It's a bit of a shock to the system. So I'm like, either I'm being kept up at all hours by this maniac, talking about nonsense, and then But don't worry, I'll be there over the weekend.
Yeah, cool. You've just been quiet on the boxer.
I'm quite a quiet person, Alan. I mean, you noticed.
More coffee.
Nobody else wants to join?
I don't know. I thought maybe Vonta would drop on, or but looking at the comments, it's only Vonta and Alan and Sean left now, and Nate's there, of course. Yeah,
There's 17. There's 17 in the
people.
chat.
Talk.
They're all watching, getting evidence. That's what they're doing.
Wow.
They're spying and getting evidence.
That'd be great fun to have a bunch of people though. Just go to their local pub or favorite pub and join in for a live.
Yeah, I just, the only thing I'm concerned about is the connectivity issue, but it would be worth a try for sure, even if it doesn't work.
Yeah. That's why I mentioned we have free Wi-Fi in American pubs, not to say like, well, because I know everyone does, but so
yeah, they do here as well, but sometimes they're not that strong.
Well, if you go to a smaller one, it should be a bit better, but also maybe just use your magic and smooth talk a nice barmaid into letting you tap her Wi-Fi.
Oh no, I mean they have that passwords available. It's and at my pub we can there's like places outside, so I could freely talk and chat. I'd be outside,
Yeah,
hi Nicole, good to see you. You see, Nate, this is my thing. I've lost 28 kilograms since June, and the thought of having a drink as much as I want to, and I'm doing it just yet, is just, I can't do it. But
but the thing is, I suspect that if you start eating cakes and stuff like that, you may have trouble stopping, or you want it again. But if you had drinks and got a bit drunk, chances are you're not going to go, I want to do that tomorrow again and every night.
That is true. That is true. You with friends like you, Sean, especially when I have
always look on the bright
copyright
side of life.
Monetization, copyright.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough.
I don't know. It's a sample. If you could comment on it. Oh, thanks, Nate. Yeah, it's been a big battle.
Alcohol is empty calories. It's what you eat while drinking in the pub. Wise words.
I like Vonta's logic there. It's true, but they do say like a pint of beer is like the equivalent of eating 7 slices of bread. Yeah.
Oh. When you put it like that.
Well, that's the thing, because that's why they call it, I guess, a beer belly, isn't it? I mean, I don't know.
True.
But I love it. I love it. But it's true. I have had times in my life where I've been dieting and I drank and actually it had no effect. That is true as well. Because sometimes I work it off, especially if I think, okay, it's time to get in the clubs and, do a bit of dancing, do a bit of dad dancing. So thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you.
God, I'm now going to have horrific dreams if I ever dream again.
What, me dancing?
Yes.
Twinkle Toes Tibbles, that's what they call me.
Louise Brooks said dancing with Roscoe Arbuckle, Fatty Arbuckle. I think it was like dancing with a floating donut or something like that, because he was a exceptionally good. Oh, I thought Bear sounded better. Bear is considered liquid bread. That makes more sense to me.
Fatty Arbuckle was on a beer can. It was a flat top back in the day called now I'm gonna forget. Oh shoot! but I used to collect beer cans. There was like a craze back in the early '80s. They had books about it, and people made money off it. But flat tops and conehead old beer cans. But Fatty was on one. Wasn't Valentine? Damn, I can't remember the name of it.
I'm not sure. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Amy, we're having a few drinks here.
Oh, hello, Amy. We were just talking about Canadian beer.
Oh, the only Canadian beer, as I said, good. I don't know if you can ever get it. Is Rickard's Red? It might be Molson's, I think, or is it Labatt's? I can't remember. Amy might.
Yeah, Labatt.
Amy, girl. Rickard's Red. Because they never. It was only in. Oh no, it was bottled first of all, and then they were putting it on tap occasionally.
Yeah, I know they used to advise pregnant women to drink Guinness as well.
Oh, 20 minutes. Oh, we gotta wait. We got Amy. You're the links. Scroll back in the link. I mean, in the comment, the links here.
Amy, do a live streaming from your wine bar.
Amy's been drinking seltzer.
Starting time.
Rickard. Well, yeah, Rickard. Yeah, Rickard's Red is staple of tap at every. Yeah, it's good. It is good.
Oh, I've never tried that.
It's the best beer that you could get in Canada, and I haven't been there for 18 years, but I'd still stand by it. There might be some microbreweries that are doing good stuff, but I don't know those.
What's happened to Vonta? She was like so active because I wonder if she's like just passed out already.
Well,
we got here now, so we're getting more.
Oh no, yeah, she's still here.
Amy's in.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh.
Can we talk Amy into coming live?
Well, I've mentioned that she hasn't replied to that yet. If you scroll back, you should see the link, or I can send you the link definitely for this one.
Amy's been drinking seltzer lately.
Seltzer?
Seltzer, yeah. She drank one when she did my tag video, I remember, I think.
Isn't seltzer it's a non-alcoholic thing?
No. Like Budweiser makes them and Corona makes them out here. It's a big thing in America, seltzers. Yeah.
I always thought it was a non-alcohol. I thought it was something you mixed with alcohol for some reason.
Well, right, regular seltzer, but they call it, it's alcoholic seltzer. You know, flavor like lemon and raspberry.
Radlers. That sounds good. I've never heard of that one.
Radler, it's a shandy, but it's lager with like what do they call it? Lager top. It's a stronger shandy.
A pint of shandy every day?
No, it's like it's a pint of lager, I guess, with a squirt of lemonade.
I'm trying to remember the lines from the Philosopher song.
Oh yeah. Oh, Emmanuel Campbell's a representative.
Stable.
Is it
copyright?
Is it like a Tristan Sandy?
It's a Tristan Sandy.
You could start seeing things like he talks about if you drink enough, probably.
Well, I'm just curious. Sean, you have to tell me when the circles on my wall start moving for you.
Beer with grape. I gotta try that.
I know, that sounds interesting.
I think I've got some actually. It's popular here. We get all sorts. You get pomelo and beer, and grapefruit and beer, and orange and beer, and all sorts. Yeah.
Is it mixed, or is it because there is the fruit beers? There are beer that are made from specific fruits. Is that different?
I don't know. I tend not to drink them. I just keep them in the fridge when I have guests.
Imaginary as well as real, I assume.
That's. Yeah.
Amy says Moosehead. Yeah, Moosehead is a St. Pauli girl. Because I was raised in Toledo, Ohio, right by Detroit, and you know I've been to Windsor, Canada, many times, and we used to go up there, drink a lot of Canadian beer, skunky beer we call it.
I remember going through Detroit the first time going to Chicago, which for a while was like a bi-monthly thing almost.
Wow.
and first time going through, and the main highway or something was closed, so we had to take all the side streets. And you're going, is this a third world country? Have they bombed? Have they bombed it here?
Yeah, yeah. Like 8 Mile and 9 Mile, they're pretty bad. But Detroit's coming back. Downtown and Wayne State University, they put a lot of money in Detroit.
Motown coming back.
Yeah, there was. I went to book sales there, and a big bookstore, Larry King Books, several warehouses.
Larry King Books after the Larry King, or
actually, is it King? Well, it's King. I think it is Larry King. It is King, but it may not be Larry. It may. I might be thinking of who you're mentioning.
Let's see. I'm on.
I wonder if Vaughn has taken to dancing around the house. I know you'll be up and around dancing soon, Sean.
Yeah, and I'll break a hip.
Now, I never remember. Guinness with champagne is black velvet. Is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know. No one drinks Guinness with champagne anymore.
I've never heard of that.
I can't drink stuff like that. If I drink wine, let's just say it's a bad thing because I'm allergic to it. I wish you a lovely night. I wish you a lovely. I'm already getting drunk. I must be. I wish you a lovely, slightly drunken night. Got to go have my extended family for lunch tomorrow.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
well,
definitely
great to see you, Nicole.
Bye. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
Pay for the round as you go.
I used to like Merlot. I like a bottle of Merlot once in a while.
But you know, the funny thing I said earlier is that I know Canadians love a drink. And the moment you opened that bottle, Sean, we've had Canadians come running on. Amy came on the moment you answered it. Dave's here now. It's like, oh, break the seal and...
Yeah. Dave, are you possibly in, well, I better not say this, a place that starts with K?
Canada?
Yeah, Amy's just said it. I didn't want to. Yes, a few times.
Where's KW?
That's a place. Kitchener-Waterloo. Two cities.
Drink down.
Yes, drink.
Hang on, Sean. That was new, wasn't it, when you opened it?
No, it was down a little bit. When I did the gin poem, I had to retake it several times because at the end I had a little swig. So I had to. It was several times that I had to record it. So I had
that was a good poem.
So yeah, Dave is in the KW area. That's where I lived. I lived in Kitchener.
Huh.
Oh yes, Dave. Yes, Dave. Sorry, I just sometimes I sometimes connect things over a long period of time. We've emailed. I don't know why some things take me a lot with this COVID. It's like Amy mentioned a book 2 years ago or 3 years ago or 4 years ago on her channel. Somebody else mentions another book, and I go, oh, that's interesting. I wanted to read that book. And then I connected the two. It only took me 3.5 or 4 years to connect it. Yeah, COVID. Everything's gone silent now.
Is anyone actually still here apart from the three of us?
21. We got
21.
Is Jason going to join?
Speakers are here. Jason, do you want to come on and have a drink?
Yeah, Jason, the link is here. You can
You scroll back. The link's in the chat.
The mic's in the chat.
The link's in the chat. I did not say Mike. I said links in the chat.
Are you sure?
Yes, I said links in the chat. Everybody rewind a little bit and see what I said.
You said link.
Plays the Boer War interest. Yeah, but it was called Berlin before that. So we won't go there, though.
Hey, Phil. Good to see you.
Oh, yeah, Phil.
Phil's launched his YouTube career as a content creator.
God, when he held up, I haven't watched the whole video, but he held up the Kubrick, the limited edition Kubrick Taschen. Like, I don't know if I got interrupted, so I got to watch the thing. I hope you open it up. It's a book that you could use as a coffee table. You just put legs on it.
About Kubrick?
Yeah, on Kubrick Archive.
Wow.
I want the Chaplin one. I want the Chaplin one. So anybody out there who wants to buy me the limited edition Chaplin, I'll give you my address.
Just put your address here for everybody.
I can put it up. I can put his email up there.
Oh, my email's in every one. That doesn't help.
We need one of those like spinning wheels for different challenges to do during the drinking. Oh, Vonta, now you're talking. That'd be nice.
Now I can't drink.
I used to like what the hell is it called? The Japanese tea. Sembucha, is it? With shochu, or yeah.
I can't drink grapefruit juice because it affects my medication.
Your blood pressure medication.
Oh yeah.
But actually, this probably doesn't.
What's that one green tea? Matcha. That's a good tea.
Jason's going.
It's a comet that's burning bright, and it will burn out.
I think Alan just looks like a rose between two thorns. Everyone do a shot already. Honestly, Vonta, I bet it would be good fun to be out and about with you.
Yeah, that would be nice, Phil. That would be nice. Did you have any others of that series? Do you have the Chaplin one? I want the Chaplin one, but I want that one as well. And there's a few others.
Oh, Kubrick!
Come on,
I thought you were talking about the other Kubrick.
Come on. They did. See, I've done one myself. Yeah. But Jason, have you watched my shelf tour of everything? I think you stopped watching that because of that reason. I got messages from some people. They stopped watching because they'd already spent several $100 or pounds on Blu-rays that I was showing for my collection. So they stopped watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So should I go for another one?
Sure.
You're an adult.
Well, there is I know somebody who's done a very good needlepoint that says I cannot or I won't adult today.
Oh.
And I want somebody to do a needlepoint for me. That's a quote from P.G. Wodehouse, but it has to be sort of Edwardian sort of style around it. It's waking early causes insanity, and I want to put it up above my bed.
Yeah, I've got 100 of them. I like the one. If you haven't grown up by the time you're 50, you don't have to. But Mark, why do you like rum? Is that what you like to drink, rum, or?
He wants to be a pirate.
I want to be a pirate. I am a pirate.
I cannot adult today. That's it.
I don't know. Yeah, I like rum. Yeah.
I never drink rum. I don't even know what it tastes like. That's one drink I've never really had.
Oh, I don't know. I like it. I
like dark rum.
It is dark rum. I'm not one, the darker, but I don't like a lot of these like at a Malibu or something like that, you know. But
Yeah.
I do
Bombay.
like.
I'm trying to think of some other rums besides.
Oh well, I do like gin, and I do particularly like Bombay Sapphire gin, the blue one.
Oh, I have something to show you.
That's really nice.
So there we go.
What did I do? You, Mark.
It's
When I worked at the tea factory, we did these. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
It's tea
Bombay
flavored.
Sapphire.
This tea is blue.
Mm.
We did it for Bombay Gin, and I sent some to Roz. And I think I sent some to Brian in Texas too, in Houston. But yeah, Roz has tried this. It turns blue.
What is it? Tea?
It's I used to work at a tea factory here in Portland, and we would do different teas for special teas. This was one we did for Bombay Gin, and the tea turns blue. But then you mix it with the gin, it tastes really nice.
Something I want to try properly, I've never ever tried, is absinthe.
I have tried that.
I really want to try absinthe.
Well, then you have to come here.
But do they do it correctly? Do they do it properly? Yeah.
Well, it depends where you go, but I could take you somewhere where they do it correctly.
Wow.
Sean's new fun. Sean's fun to go to.
Yeah. God. I think Dylan Thomas was fond of absinthe. In fact, I know he was.
I think a lot were. So, Amy, what's the countdown before you can come on and drink with us? Or with me, because everybody else is too chicken on this thing to drink. So,
I like Tanqueray gin, Amy.
I like a pirate. There we go. Rum and brandy. I agree. I really enjoy a nice brandy and ginger ale as well. You know, I like a rum and ginger beer and a brandy and ginger ale.
God, what do they call those? Alexander's? Brandy and ginger ale?
I can't remember, but I saw George Smiley have it when I was young, Alec Guinness. I was like 18, and I thought, oh, that must be cool. So I ordered it. I really like it. Because you can drink it. You can drink it all night.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I said you can drink it all night. It's so easy to drink. So
kind of like a milkshake, isn't it? Brandy Alexander, yeah. When they mix it.
No, I think the milkshake one is like the White Russian or something, isn't it? Where they use the
Kahlua.
The Moscow Mule, is it? I can't remember.
There's a gin. There's a gin I can't remember. It's in a black bottle. It's like obsidian black, and it's round, and it's got like an old timey label on it. And I can't remember the name of it. That's a nice gin.
Is it Greenall's?
Sorry?
Greenall's?
No.
But I tried a nice gin. They do a lot of nice flavored gins, and I tried a rhubarb gin.
Wow.
Rhubarb and something, and it was absolutely delicious. It really was.
I would love that. I was thinking about strawberry rhubarb pie just the other night. A rhubarb gin. Yeah.
I can't remember if it was rhubarb and ginger. It was rhubarb and something, but it was really, because I normally don't like those kind of things. I always feel you get the flavor is very artificial, but this was scrummy. Hendrick's gin. Yeah.
That's nice with some with a tonic and cucumber.
But I do like a mojito. I have to say, I like a good mojito.
I don't like cutting my hair that way though.
I like a good caipirinha as well.
Did that go over your head?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
I said I don't like cutting my hair that way.
Oh, hair.
A mojito.
Mojito?
Mohican. I got it. So, Vonta, you drink everything with champagne. That's what I like to hear.
You want to hear something kind of funny about mojitos?
Mm-hmm.
See that? That's mojito flavored.
Mojito flavored vaping, is it? Or e-cigarette?
Yeah. It's vaping, but it's see the symbol on there?
Yeah.
I told you it's 11 o'clock. It's too early to drink, but
it's see, this is the thing. It's 11 o'clock where you are, but it's 8 o'clock here and 9 o'clock where, it's Booze Tube.
That would be great. Booze Tube, yeah.
And welcome to Booze Tube. We're here to test all the booze that you don't want to test.
there was a creator on BookTube one time. I think she was Irish or English, but she would review, all her reviews were drunk. And at first it was a kind of good gimmick, but then it got kind of sad, you know? It got sad. And like unfunny too.
Okay. But so it sounds like it wasn't done on purpose. It was just her natural habitat, sort of.
Yeah, but but it was I forget the title. This was a few years ago, you know, but she would do it on purpose. It was like the drunk reviewer or something like that. And yeah, at first it was gimmicky and fun to watch, but then I just got sad watching her all drink and get all emotional and weird, and you know.
So you're going to be sad after Shawn in a couple of minutes?
Oh no. I might be sad about something else, but
it could be quite funny reviewing books drunk, though, couldn't it? That Orwell.
Well, has anybody ever seen WKRP in Cincinnati? I love that show.
Years ago, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like they're going in to test the one DJ drinking.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
What?
That's Jason's comment.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Sorry, WKY jelly.
WKRP, and
sorry,
doing to see what his reaction time is for being drunk. And before he takes any drink, he's supposed to put his hand on it, and then hit a buzzer, and they time it. So it's like, Amy knows it. Yeah, God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly. Anyway, so he takes a second in order to hit the buzzer. After 10 drinks, you can't see his hand move. It's so quick.
I remember that episode. That was the weird guy with glasses, right? I think the sports guy, and they threw turkeys out of a helicopter.
Yeah,
it's event.
Yeah, he's doing the commentary like the Hindenburg.
Yeah, that was a good one.
There we go.
Hey, I'm here.
All right.
Amy, I have to ask, do you work from home?
I do. I work from home.
Or do you just live really close? Because you're like, 20 minutes knocking off time. I'm here.
They sent us home in March of 2020, and we're never going back.
Oh, sounds good. You must work for the government then.
I cannot say where I work.
Okay, all right. I'm just guessing.
I cannot say where I work, and all opinions are my own and not those of my employer.
CIA.
Oh
no.
I'm way behind on the comment. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't. I took the comments off. Mark, have a drink. See? Yeah. And now it's a party. Yeah.
Yeah. 3's a group, 4's a party.
Chianti here.
Chianti. Oh, are you frying up some liver?
No. No. Why would I want liver?
Goes well with a nice Chianti.
I suppose I could do one.
I feel like I'm missing a reference to something.
Hannibal?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've read the books, seen the show, don't remember much about it.
Isn't that what he drinks when he has liver?
Fava beans and a nice
Chianti.
Fava beans, yeah.
Nice Chianti.
Yeah, Chianti, yeah.
Well, this is just some random thing from the grocery around the corner. It's really cheap, though.
Since this is a book channel, what books have you been reading, Amy? We'll just keep it book related, even though we got a drinking chance.
Yeah. Well, I finished the essay collection I was reading that I've been reading from on my channel, the Bookman's Letters. So that after I think like 2 months is finally moved from the TBR shelf onto the shelf of essays. Although the initial shelf of essays is now full, and so there's a second shelf of essays, and that's on the go.
I think you probably replied to my Voxer about the thing that I mentioned, and is there a yes to that or a no? So that I won't tell everybody what it is, but there might be something that's happening.
I'm trying to remember which message you're talking about. Was that the one earlier today related to
my last message?
Your last.
Joining Mark and I in doing.
Oh
something.
yeah. I did say yes to that. I said that yes to that, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Like I say, I haven't. We've been on here, so I haven't been able to listen to it. Yeah. So.
Where did everyone else go?
I don't know. Well, I think Mark's getting a drink. I'm just gonna mix it all up. I'm not sure what that was, but yeah. There will be something. We get back on books. There will be something that occasionally all three of us, Mark, Amy, and myself, will be doing, and maybe others as well. Very exciting. That's all I'm saying.
I had to make more coffee. But you guys, you can't tell us what it is?
Not yet, because we don't want anybody else to steal you. It's a fantastic idea.
Oh, okay. Okay. Whet our appetite.
Yeah, Mark, you are getting a drink, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're going to start a trend here in the chat.
Am I?
Damn, I could go across the street to the bodega, but...
So what was that? Oh no, you mentioned what that beer was, Amy. That's what is it in grapefruit? What was that?
Oh, yeah, that's the Moosehead Rattler, the Moosehead Grapefruit Rattler.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah. And a Rattler is quite a bit different from like a seltzer or anything. I've tried like the White Claw seltzers and stuff, and if I wanted a sparkling water, I'd have a sparkling water without the alcohol. If I'm going to be having alcohol, I sort of want the flavor. And a Radler is like a citrusy beer. And so it's a beer, but then they've mixed in like a citrus syrup or flavor of some sort. And so there's the grapefruit.
Sounds a lot better.
But then you can also get like lemon and lime and that sort of thing.
Sounds better than the seltzer.
Oh yeah,
Claw,
yeah,
I've had that.
Yeah, the White Claws are kind of gross.
Yeah, it's sparkling water. You're right.
Yeah.
Trying to get the layout here maybe a little better. How are we doing this? Yeah, that works. So
now you're the big head on the screen, and we're in the corner. And
yeah, this seems like it's not. I thought this would put us side by side, but it's not.
They're on mobiles, you see.
Yeah. I've got to do my phone straight up. If I do it sideways, which would give the bigger. Well, I always think it would give a bigger picture, but then I'm just sideways, and.
Yeah, mine's reversed.
Yeah. Well,
there's a way you can turn on mirroring if you go into your settings. It'll turn on the mirror image for you.
So
okay, thanks.
Cheers.
Mirror my camera.
Okay, everybody get a drink. Mark's got a drink.
First time in the year. So here we go.
What are you having, Mark?
Mark has, I guess it's like a kind of dessert wine. It's the only thing I could stomach.
An aperitif.
It tastes like sherry, and I like sherry. So.
Oh, I don't like sherry. I like a port, but I don't like a sherry.
All right, I love both of them. Actually, port. I have a nice port.
Oh,
that'll be your second drink.
Well, yeah, it's the beginning of the evening, right? So have port at the end. I have some stories I could tell about port.
It's not a school night, so
no. All right.
It's not a work night for Amy.
Cheers, everybody.
Nope.
Cheers.
What have you got? Medication? I don't know what is that.
That's the disguise. That's the disguise.
So not to
the
shift
Czech
the
Republic,
topic
you
here,
have to
but
do eye contact, you see, when you do cheers. There we go. Cheers. And cheers, Wanta, to you as well, as you're drinking.
not to shift the topic here, but Sean is the one who's in the UK. How is the atmosphere?
Oh, what a downer.
You don't really want me to say anything on here, I don't think.
I know you had some strong opinions yesterday on Voxer.
I'm not saying a word.
He's not going to be drawn.
Or quartered.
Yeah, good.
I've always liked the Royals, and
once I get drawn.
I've always been interested in the Royals myself.
Okay.
I think
we're banning
my mother.
Who's being banned?
But I mean, I have that deep-seated Irish hate too. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely saddened by the loss of the Queen.
Who got banned?
No, I was going to ban Alan because he started when he was starting to
Oh,
talk.
okay, sorry.
Everyone at work is not funeral isn't a bank holiday, someone says.
It's not a bank holiday, even for the Queen. That's something.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping I was going to get a day off work out of it, but the funeral is going to be on a Sunday.
Days off work, but they're not getting paid for it here in the UK.
When Princess Diana died, her funeral was on a Saturday, and I used to go to boarding school, and we had Saturday morning school, and school was cancelled, and we were given a choice to either. I was telling Sean this yesterday. To either watch the funeral or sit in our rooms in quiet contemplation. I chose the funeral.
Oh, well, here in Ottawa, because she was also the Queen of Canada. Here in Ottawa, there's going to be a memorial at one of the churches downtown on the day of the funeral, and then there'll be a parade of some sort past the war memorial, and so I'll go with a couple of friends, and we'll stand in the crowd for that.
I think that's it's been so long since I've had a drink. I think that's actually got stronger. It's fermented probably since I last.
How old do you figure that bottle is?
It's probably close to 3 years.
Oh, my gin that beats that. It's a good 4 years.
You've allowed a bottle of gin to remain undrunk for 4 years? Blimey, O'Reilly.
And I also had some beer, some ale that I realized that's over 2 years old now. It was Christmas, I think, 2020.
Ooh.
Oh, geez.
I hope it was in a bottle and not a can.
Yeah, it's bottled, but I still don't think I'm going to try it.
Jason's taking a vow of silence.
I have to say, Nate, that was the first thing I thought of. That would kill anybody, to be honest. Having to deal with those two numpties.
Well, who saw her last?
Truss.
And who I've been seeing some memes of who she looks like, and they fade her picture into Chucky.
Oh, really? The one I saw of who she looks like the most, I think, was the best. I might have it on my phone. Where is it? Yeah, I think this is actually quite a good likeness. Oh, you probably can't see that.
Yeah,
I can't see.
It turned the brightness down.
Ah, yeah. Ah, it's the back thing from the computer.
The back thing from the computer.
It's the brightness from the computer that's doing it. Hang on. How do I? It's not even going to be worth it now. By the time I actually get to show you, you'll be like, oh, yeah. Right. Where is the brightness?
At the top in your settings, it should be. If it's
on the computer.
On the computer. Oh, I see what you mean. Just turn the monitor off.
No, I know. Silly me. can move the camera away.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's a close up.
I still can't make out what the hell it is.
Oh, is it Beaker or something? I can't
Beaker
tell.
from-
Oh,
Oh.
Oh,
It looks just like her.
oh,
No,
that's funny.
find the Chucky one that they faded into Chucky, and it's perfect. Oh my God. I think I need another drink.
Why?
I'm gonna run
I
over to the
love you.
bodega in a second.
I love you all so much.
God.
Everybody, Mark's a cheap drunk.
No,
Saying
not. But that is strong. It is stronger than I imagined. I feel like I'm getting flushed a little.
I just saw someone in the comment that popped up say in the UK there'll
Yeah.
probably be a bank holiday. How
Yeah.
does that work? Do you get like a permanent bank holiday? Like it's just there every year? Or is it like a one-time thing?
That would be a one-time thing.
but they might do
promising us.
something.
They've been promising us extra bank holidays for years because I think in the UK we have 7, and here in the Czech Republic we have 18. So you can see there's like a big, and Japan has like 18, 19.
They might do something for her birthday or something like that. When was she born? They could do it on her birthday. They could do a permanent holiday.
Well, she had 2 birthdays, didn't she?
2?
Yeah, she had her official one. Yeah,
And then the Jubilee.
Oh,
no more, no more, no more
we've
Queen
driven
talk.
Jason away.
No more Queen talk.
Jason's leaving.
You'll have to
Well,
join
Jason,
us.
we'll
our
see you
live
back in
pub crawl.
Illuminati land.
Oh, Amy, that's the one thing we're planning is to get a whole bunch of us together, go to a pub, and all join in on live.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jason.
How are you going to do that?
Missed that part.
You paying for everyone's airfare?
No.
No,
I
not
mean
virtual pub.
separately. You go to a bar there, and we do this, but from the bar, and yeah.
Yeah.
Have
So
you
like
ever
this.
been in a bar, Sean?
Irish pub.
Sorry.
Do you know what the lighting and the noise are like in a bar? Have you ever been to a bar?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you have to go to where it's a bit quieter, but in the afternoon,
So like noon on a Sunday?
yeah.
See, I would go to Kel's Irish Pub, a pub in Portland. You can drink outside. So I'd get a little corner table, and I think it'd be quiet enough for me, at least in my pub situation.
I could go to a pub that I just post on the chat my the location of the pub and the table I'm sitting at, and everybody can buy me drinks, and it'll get delivered.
Hey, I'm literally like this close to going off the chat, popping up the road to the pub, and logging back in again. You know?
I know, me too.
Haven't you
Or
got
at least
work?
we're in the
Alan?
bodega.
Haven't you got work?
Yeah, but my work is easy. It's standing around and telling people you can't come in here, you can't go that way.
You can't come in
I
here.
work yeah. No. Get out of here, damn it.
Yeah.
No, it's really a chill job, really super chill. I only do it part-time. Security at like rock concerts and Comic-Con today. It'll be easy, but
Is anyone still here in the chat? Have they all run away?
17. They're 17, but I think they're all
Very
watching.
quiet, aren't they? Vonta, are you still conscious? Oh, yeah, she is.
What time in the morning is it for Vonter?
Hang on, I can look. I know where she is. So,
Oh, I don't know if you heard, Mark. Amy's up for
it's 20 past. I heard everything. It's 4:20 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Do we want to let everybody know what we're working on, or wait?
I think wait until we've actually chosen and decided exactly what we're.
Right.
Don't you agree, Amy? I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how many things I've committed myself to this fall.
Well, this one I don't think is going to be that length. I mean, each thing won't be that long. Let's put it that way.
What's this thing after Nate's name there? It's like a circle.
Yeah, that's you get when you're part of the
membership.
Yeah, membership. You get a star or something. They're supposed
Oh,
to
I
be.
thought it was. I thought the color was the thing.
Apparently, that's something as well, but I wasn't aware of it. There's emojis as well, but I have to create emojis. Now, if I sit there and create emojis, they're going to be rude. I can tell you that. They'll be rude.
I tried to put up $1, but my PayPal account is messed up, and I didn't want to get my credit card out and just to show you all what a sample looks like, a sticker. Maybe I'll do that now.
Tell you what, Nate. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, I just saw Aaron's comment.
Yeah.
He means recovered from the titillation that it provided everybody, of course.
Can't wait. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how to. I'll look into the emojis, but I don't know how to do it. Like I don't know if I have to actually create them or not, and I don't know how to do that. But just to anybody's wondering, like I don't know if anybody saw, like you have to name each tier of the membership. And I don't know what to name these things, so I just named them science fiction books.
I'm trying to put a sticker up here, but now I can't because I'm in the stream.
A sticker. Oh, have you?
Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah.
You lost me.
OnlyFans special, yeah. We've lost half of Mark.
You lost half of me.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm here.
I think it's just the way it's being framed because now we're all three in a row.
You can change it at the bottom, Sean.
No, that's still not very good.
Yeah,
the other way's better for 3. So just move the camera. Just move your camera a bit, or you move over.
It's such an effort.
The other way.
Okay, done.
That's better. That's what I was trying to get before, but it was Alan that was screwing it up. It was Alan's fault.
I just feel a bit like a third wheel at the moment. Stuck in the middle.
In the wheel. Well, you're still here.
You should be a gentleman and put Amy in the middle. Oh.
Okay, now I'm in the middle.
You should have both jumped up just before that happened.
You look so small, Amy, though, between the two of us. It's like...
I think it's also the angle that my phone is. So I've got my phone on this tripod that's broken that I fixed with a screw and duct tape. And so when I put the phone upright, everything's always a little off because there's always all this space up here.
Amy's been watching Red Green too often.
Oh yeah. If you don't find him handsome, you should at least find him handy.
Whoa! There we go. Let me see if I can do that.
Amy, we look like 2 kids out with dad or something at the moment.
No, it's got to go up, doesn't it? It's got to go up.
That's another unnecessary close-up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we get to see the books all the way to the ceiling.
Yeah, look at that.
They really do go all the way to the ceiling.
Yeah, it's just like legs, but in the opposite direction. Or are they actually? Like, what's that saying? The legs go all the way up or something like that? There's some stupid saying. It's like, well, of course they do.
Sean. It's thin ice.
No, it's a saying.
So
I'm saying the books go all the way up as well.
What is this super sticker then? I mean, he sent one, but what does it do?
What do you mean sent what?
Well, Alan, he said 99 cents.
Yeah, he's at the entry. Oh, now he's blue. He's changing his colors.
No, that's because he's highlighted, no? Oh, yeah.
Maybe. Is that better? Is that about the right height?
Looks fine. On my screen now, all our heads are at about the same height. Oh, now Mark is taller.
Sorry, it's so stupid.
Please stop. Yeah. I've stopped. Well, see you later, Phil. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we might be here a few hours from now.
We don't want to use up all your what's it though, of course. What do you?
Good night, Phil. Yeah. So yeah, well now you're what are you doing, Mark?
What? Sorry.
Now that's almost a pretty good connection between Amy's shelves and mine. Except I've got books coming out of my arm here.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be painful, isn't it?
But you can't see Edgar. You can't see Edgar. There's Edgar.
So I think I missed something on your channel, Shawn, because where did Edgar come from?
Well,
I just clicked on one of your videos one day and you were talking to Edgar and I didn't question it.
Yeah, well, you see, I've been moving stuff around and Edgar was a guest at one time. I thought he had left, but I think there was an accident and I found him under a pile of books.
So where's the rest of them then?
I took care of
Did you
that.
just leave the rest of them under a pile of books?
No, I took care of the rest of them.
Wow.
You see, I'm an archaeologist. I know how to dig holes and put back layers of soil that you cannot see.
I'm working under the theory, though, Amy, that that's the real ShawnDStandfast. And this one's just assumed his identity as he's run away from Canada.
Here.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, we're still alive. Or at least I'm alive. Edgar isn't. Well, why can't Edgar be in the picture?
I don't know.
No,
Is Jason still here, or did he run off?
He was. Where is he here? It says, well, it's just he got a little queasy for my close-ups. Yeah. I do it for Mr. DeMille, but and yeah, Michael's here finally. I think
Gerald disappeared though.
What?
Gerald's disappeared.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And Vonta's probably passed out by now. 4:30 in the morning.
So how long were you guys going before I hopped on?
This is 2.5 hours now. We've been going. It's not too long.
It's like one of those telethons, isn't it, Rick? Is it telethon? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
What do they call it? Where they like broadcast something? I don't know.
Yeah, see,
I don't know. My mom just used to call that begging for money. You turn on the TV and she'd be like, "Oh, we're not going to watch that channel. They're begging for money."
Well, I was going to say, I will turn it off once we reach a certain amount with the super thanks. Otherwise, I'm here for the duration.
Yeah, but I still can't work out why it's called a sticker.
I have no idea. Don't ask me. If other people know, take his notebook out.
So has Alan disappeared, or is he trying to like get it back in?
Do you want to rephrase that?
Has Alan disappeared, or is he trying to get back in?
I don't know. I don't know
if we're still live.
Well, he left to get the sticker or whatever, but it's now not on his thing like it is with Nate. Like it's not changed the color, so I don't know what's happened there.
I'm going to send Vonta a message. I think she's probably.
No. Look at the screen. Look at the screen.
Oh yeah, there you go. Cool.
Purgatory.
Well, we accidentally continue it on, and like Steve did, he accidentally hit the wrong button, and he had a perpetual live stream.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he couldn't turn it off, could he?
He finally got somebody at YouTube to do it, but it was private apparently. So it was continuing on somehow.
Oh dear. Good old Steve.
But yeah, well, everybody needs an Edgar. I've actually got Annabelle Lee here somewhere as well, and I've got a few others. I got about 4 others. They all have jaws, but one of the jaws are broken. Edgar is. I accidentally threw out the jaw.
Oh.
So he's very quiet, so he can't talk. But it was. I don't know if Amy, you know this story. When I first did my channel, I was doing a poetry shelf tour, and I was sitting on a different location, and Edgar was on some books on the floor. And I mean, I got some really, really weird comments, and then somebody found my email through my blog and was emailing saying how horrible it is that I, have a skull. And then went on to say that why am I wearing the same T-shirt all the time? And it's like, I didn't realize that there was only one of these ever made, and I bought it, and I never wash it. It was just a ranting email.
I don't know. Some people, they really are just, you just can't do anything, can you?
Yeah, Michael, I've got. Oh no, I'm not here. I've got both of the. There was supposed to be 3 Gertrude Bell letters in the Pelican. They never got around to publishing the 3rd. What happened to Mark?
I don't know. I think we just lost him.
Huh. Yeah, so there were supposed to be 3, but there was only 2 published, and I've got them somewhere. Yeah, Edgar can't chew very well. Yeah, we're still going, Ryan. I think we'll try a live stream at the weekend on my channel, 6 hours of occult rambling. That will probably you'll go through the roof for people watching. Yeah, Mark got canceled. I don't know what's happened to him.
Oh.
Let me just check on. Where are you? You disappeared. You get too drunk? Yeah, Jason got the same comment for wearing black T-shirts all the time. People are weird on the web.
I don't know. I got comments for wearing red lipstick I don't own.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Someone said, "You look very nice with red lips." And I'm like, where? When?
Yeah, people fixate on strange things. Well, we're not sure about Jason. There's wizardry things about Jason, and he might be. Great. Oh yeah, he's Grand Poobah. Is Mark drunk and? Oh Jesus Christ! You missed that. You missed that one.
What did I miss?
Yeah, like Mark will do it. There is on Easter apparently in the Czech Republic.
Oh no, I think I caught that. That was a previous stream, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't part of that, but I never knew that, and that was the last one we did. Oh yeah, you going to any book fairs?
Oh,
Amy?
that is actually an excellent question because I am. I just put a credit card hold on a very expensive hotel in Toronto for the first weekend of November, where they're hosting the Antiquarian Book Fair for the first time since before COVID. And so I'm going to take the train from Ottawa to Toronto, stay overnight, and go to the book fair.
Is that at the convention? Is it the convention center, or where is it in downtown?
I think it's going to be at the Art Gallery of Ontario, but I could have that wrong. It's some sort of museum.
Oh, okay. Because
I think it's not far from Union Station.
That should be fun. I used to go Actually, I used to share a section with somebody.
Am I Canadian? Do I sound Canadian? I think I sound a little Canadian.
See, the weird thing is, a lot of people say I sound American, but then there's a few people say I sound very Canadian.
No, you sound Canadian.
I do? Okay.
Yeah.
And then other people
think I feel like you don't know until you know.
And then there's other people that think I'm Irish. They either think I'm Canadian here, but a very close second is Irish somehow.
I've sort of had that too. Like when I first moved into the city, the rural accent was hard for people to wrap their mind around. And so I had several people thinking I was from like Ireland or Scotland or England somewhere. And I was like, no, like I've never been. This is just like rural Southern Ontario.
Yeah, Jason's going to Poultry Paris. It doesn't match up to Toronto. Oh. I'm afraid.
No,
it
doesn't.
doesn't.
I think I'm jealous of Paris.
Are you coming through? Are you coming via England, or how are you getting there, Jason? What I'm saying is, can you pick me up on the way? That's an inside joke, and I don't want to explain it.
Okay.
So I don't. What's happened to him though? It's a different Canadian. You have a different Canadian accent, Amy.
There are lots of different Canadian accents.
Of the two of you, Amy definitely sounds more Canadian. Ooh.
Well, you've been gone for like what, 15, 20 years, Sean?
Yeah. You can come back, Mark. Just click in. You haven't been banned. I don't know what's happened. I don't see it here. Don't I sound?
Not quite.
Flying this time, I'll drop a box of books. Yeah, that'll be good. Just let me know, and I'll get my. Oh, actually, somebody else is leaving a message. I thought it was Mark. Yeah. Just I'll have to get a big net or something like that, or pack them very well. Pack them very well. Oh, somebody's here.
Sorry, I just stepped out.
Oh no.
I don't know what happened there. That's weird. I think my connection went or something. I don't know. But I couldn't get back.
It wasn't me. I didn't kick you out.
Yeah, you didn't kick me out, eh? Sorry.
Out. Yeah, no. I go out and about.
I think it's only the Newfoundlanders that say oot and a boot.
And Scottish.
Yeah, now come on, let's talk here because that came up before. Mark thinks Canadians can really drink. Now I said, he's talking about Canadian, but I said you have not been to a party of Newfoundlanders. Am I correct?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they can put it away.
Hello. Sorry. Hello, dearies.
Oh God, that's too close for comfort.
Well, it's my Saturday night hobby.
We'll just pass on that. Scotch Canadian. Is that where they get a fuzzy? No, I was trying to figure out is that somebody who has an outer layer like a Scotch egg or something like that? I don't know, but that just doesn't work.
Yeah,
dressing up like an old lady. Yeah,
Saturday nights, dressing up like an old lady. Who doesn't? Sean?
Well, I am looking for a partner to do lives of to be called Two Bearded Ladies.
I thought you had one.
Oh, I don't know. He might. Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. I think Papa Goss might have. Yeah, he might have. Yeah, he did. I think.
What, Papa Gus is going to be a bearded lady with you and alive?
Catch up, Mark. Catch up.
I could
See,
grow
we
it out
found-
a bit. I
we
suppose
found two now.
I could grow it longer, and maybe I could join in.
You want to join in? Sorry. I was going to say, do you want to join in?
I thankfully cannot join in.
You don't want to be a bearded lady?
No, I am incapable of growing a beard.
Well, Mark probably is as well. So, but you might have to buy a fake beard.
You laugh. I went on a rugby tour years ago to Croatia, and everybody had to dye their hair blonde, and we had to grow goatees. Me and one other guy couldn't do it in time because I was only like 20, and they drew a permanent marker on our face. So for the whole week, I was walking around with black permanent marker on my face. It was funny. It was funnier if you were there.
Read a Farley Mowat book. Said, "Yeah, Farley Mowat. I like Farley Mowat." Yeah. I'm pretty sure that he was, because when I read that, it sort of, but I didn't know what he did. So yeah, so he recorded the butterflies of Newfoundland. That's Goss's daddy, who was a naturalist. Michael's been read. You've read the biography of his father, right? You ordered it thinking it was Edmund Goss, but you got his father, and then now you're working through his biography, Edmund Goss's biography. Too many Gosses. But yeah, no, it's just because he knew you didn't. You must not have watched that my scintillating video about Edmund Goss's poet, Mark, because he was friends with Robert Louis Stevenson, and Robert Louis Stevenson always stayed with him when he went anywhere to London.
When he went to Newfoundland.
No, because that's his father that went to Newfoundland.
And what did his grandfather do?
I have no idea. He was a grandpappy.
Okay.
Michael may know.
Well,
H. Rider Haggard. Yeah.
So H. Rider Haggard was his grandpa?
No, but they're all connected. If you want
Canadian,
what?
It's terrible. They're all Canadian. They're not. They're English.
I never said anything about Canadian, did I? They're all connected.
The sound's very funny for me.
They're all connected. Everybody's connected on that time. Friends. They wrote about each other, had enemies. So Edmund Goss's grandpappy was a painter. There you go.
Oh, okay, cool. And what was H. Rider Haggard then? His uncle?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Actually, it was a relation by marriage, wasn't it, Michael? I think. Just getting back, Jens and Amy. Yeah, Amy. I think that was asking who. Yeah.
Is that a question?
Sorry. Yeah, an Okie from Okie.
I like Merle Haggard.
No, friend.
I'm confused, Michael. They were friends or they were not friends?
No, they were friends. Like I said, they were married.
Friend.
Yeah, no, a friend. He means no, that they're not. He's not related by marriage. He's a friend. Because I said I thought H. Rider Haggard might have been related to Edmund Goss by marriage. So Michael's saying no, he was a friend.
But how did he end up in Newfoundland?
I think I've lost the flow of this conversation.
I'm sorry, just being it.
He didn't. His father, Edmund Goss's father, was a naturalist, and
he was a naturist.
Sorry.
Why would you be a naturist in Newfoundland? It's pretty cold, no?
A naturalist.
Part of the year.
Sure.
The mosquitoes and black flies are bad, though. But that's besides the point.
What about his flies? What?
Mark has had too much to drink.
I don't know why, Amy, your camera just kind of like elicits my eyes.
Knocked my tripod.
Oh, okay, because it was
I'm
like
sitting
really
here
weird.
on the
You're
sofa, and it's got to be
far
close
away
enough.
from it, and it was like, ooh. Hang on, Haggard's son died while staying with the Gosses, and he still remained friends with them after they killed him? That's weird. Actually, that's really moving. You see, I love Haggard, but I don't know much about him personally. And it's kind of moving because of the way Alan Quatermain's son dies. And I wonder if that's that's kind of the motivation. Do you know what I mean? There's a link that he starts writing about that because I didn't know that.
Yeah, so now you can check the dates.
Yeah, I will. I will check it out. I will go and investigate tomorrow.
Oh, the whole point I was saying is that everybody is connected at that time. Like all these literary people, there's connections.
Well, yeah,
many with others.
There's a really nice example of that with Jerome K. Jerome, actually, at the start of his autobiography. He talks about going out for dinner, and there's all sorts of people there, including J.M. Barrie, and then they decide to like drop in drunk on another friend of theirs, and yeah, it's fun.
I don't know. I always wonder, like, do they know each other because they knew each other and that's how they managed to get published and you had to know someone to be published? Or do they know each other because it's just what you did back then, and if you were published, well, you wanted to connect with the other writers?
Could be a bit of both.
I think really. A little bit of both, because some of them were like Stevenson and Goss were friends since childhood, and a lot of them were like they went to school together. They had the secret handshake for and Merle Haggard was a singer. Nothing to do with H. Rider Haggard. Well, actually, no. Merle Haggard is H. Rider Haggard's great grandson.
Well, actually, yeah. Well, he was also good friends with Henley, wasn't he?
Yes, all of them were.
And
Goss helped a lot of authors. Yeah.
And Henley lost his leg due to tuberculosis. Yeah, but that's significant because he was good friends, of course, with Stevenson, who's one of his most famous characters, didn't have a leg. And he used him as the inspiration for Long John Silver. So there you go.
That's the thing. It would be neat to see a book that interconnects all these things and just a rambling connection of all these writers and where they use stuff like that in their fiction.
Yeah.
Maybe you should start writing it, Sean.
Oh, God. No.
Do a shorter haiku version of it, Sean. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. Yeah, exactly. William Ernest Henley, the guy who wrote the poem Invictus, was the inspiration for Long John Silver. And he was a big man.
Like all of them are connected. Like Andrew Lang, all of them. Austin Dobson that I did. Like they're all connected in some way. And Swinburne, all these people. Like you can't go back too far, but
I did have a comment because I was looking on the mobile while I was waiting to get back on, and I had a comment from Criminoli regarding our Orwell video, and I think he's dissing him here because he says, "LOL at Orwell calling Dracula absurd when he wrote a book about talking pigs dressing up as people."
Yeah, but that's writers for you. One is literary and one is junk because I did it, therefore it's literary. When somebody else does it, it's junk. Yeah, write what you know. Talking pigs. That's.
I just want to make sure, Sean, that you're not calling Dracula junk. You're saying that Orwell was calling it junk.
Yeah, Orwell was saying it was junk. Yeah, and then
maybe it is junk when it was for people when it was written. I mean, we look at things differently. I mean, I'm sure it'd be like us looking at crap like, I don't know, 50 Shades of Grey now is like, what a load of rubbish. Although people might like, I know it's Sean's like second favorite book, but you know, maybe 50 years from now, people will be like, that's bloody amazing. What a classic, you know? Who knows?
When Pigs Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were civilized pigs.
I can't wait to do Andrew Lang, though. I really want to do this, the Letters to Dead Authors. It looks amazing.
Yeah, well, there's lots of stuff. There was another guy, that did something similar, older, late 1700s. Oh, I can't think of his name.
Lamb?
No, around that time. Bugger.
No, that wasn't his name. Edmund Bugger. Was that it? Yeah.
Edmund Blackadder. How was the Canadian response? Oh, okay, now wait. That comment did not exist.
Oh.
Would
you like me to respond to that?
Wait. Oh, we could respond to this one. No, if you want to, Amy. I just.
Well, I mean, at this point, there is a remembrance ceremony planned at, I think it's Christchurch Cathedral here in Ottawa. The Prime Minister issued a statement yesterday. The premiers have commented, but at this point, like, it's kind of up in the air as to what ceremonies and whatnot are planned. It'll be a change. Our head of state is changing.
I see you're wearing black for the occasion, though.
No, this is just because I often wear black. Black is my go-to work color.
I've got a quick question. What do you think because, you know, Australia is already talking about becoming a republic. Do you think Canada might follow suit?
No. Our constitution is far too complicated for that.
And you want to avoid having a Donald Trump as much as possible, right?
Oh, I don't think we have anyone in line for a Donald Trump.
Really? There's no one that bad in Canada?
No.
No, there wouldn't be.
Like, even the one that people were comparing to Donald Trump, like Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario.
Is he the one who was smoking crack and stuff?
No, that was his brother Rob Ford, who's died. He was the mayor of Toronto. Doug Ford is the Premier of Ontario, and he was in the news recently for swallowing a bee.
On purpose?
No, by accident. He was at a press conference, and the bee buzzes up around his mouth. You see it disappear. He chokes, and then he says, I think I just swallowed a bee. And then he makes a joke about it buzzing in his stomach and goes on with the press conference.
Oh my God.
But everyone was so worried about him being Canada's Donald Trump. And
it's a bit different, though, isn't it? One brother
just sort of kind of ridiculous and endearing sometimes, even if his policies aren't always the best.
You got one brother smoking crack in a crack den, and the other one's eating bees.
Apparently, he also dropped a very delicious recipe for cheesecake in the early days of the pandemic. So
it's like a giant village, isn't it, Canada? It's like a massive village.
Well, the person who actually, okay, that's getting too literary, I suppose, is Marshall McLuhan.
Oh, yeah. Marshall McLuhan, the medium is the message.
Yeah, and the global village.
Yeah.
Zoom. Mark's sitting there going, he's Googling Marshall McLuhan.
What was that, 1968 or something?
Yeah.
1968. Professor at, I think, University of Toronto or McGill or something.
Oh, wow.
You see, all this stuff would be wonderful, but you have to really have talent to be able to do it in a narrative story that sort of winds back on itself and do it. But it would be fun to read. I know there's some essays. There's people that have done a little bit. The Mark Valentine has done a few things, I think, like that. But I can't think of anything. Oh, I'm getting low battery. I better plug this in.
Well, I've got that Private Lives of the Great Composers, and you could do a similar thing for the authors, really, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should have a Mozart poetry reading competition. I don't know if you saw it. You probably didn't, Amy. But I read a poem. I read a poem that Mozart sent to his mother.
Oh, I didn't know he wrote any poetry. How old was he when he sent that poem to his mother?
Sorry?
How old was he when he sent the poem to his mother?
He was already married, I think.
Get the book and read the poem on here now. It is a fabulous poem. It
might offend people.
We're drinking.
Well, how offensive can it really be?
Yeah.
I think this is already against YouTube's advertising guidelines.
Oh, is it? Really? I better not put advertising on this one then when it comes in.
I don't know. I do all the time on my videos, but maybe they've changed it now. I remember when monetization first started, it said, no consumption or promotion of alcohol.
Well, are we promoting alcohol?
Yeah, look what it's done to Sean. I mean, it's no promotion, is it?
Just pay me and I'll drink.
I don't know how you can drink the straight gin.
I'm putting a little bit of water in it. I don't have anything else to put. Well, actually, I got a little bit of Tango orange. Maybe I'll do that and see what that's like. Got a little. I should have saved some of that, but I wasn't planning on drinking. I haven't actually drunk anything since well before my heart attack.
Oh God!
So we're talking sometime in 2020.
Be careful there.
Now Vonta has definitely passed out and gone to sleep now.
Well, Mark's got the emergency services on speed dial.
I do. You really want me to read it?
Justin Bieber comment was. But I hope it's. Yeah, we don't want to talk about him.
I am the same age as Justin Bieber.
Oh my God!
I have no idea how old Justin Bieber.
He grew up in Stratford, 40 minutes from me. And when I was in grade 9, it was the whole thing because he came to town for his sister's soccer match. And he made the front page of our small town newspaper in 2009.
Oh, okay.
But no, I don't listen to his music.
You're not a believer.
No.
All right.
And didn't he do something stupid? He went to the house where what's her name? The Diary of Anne Frank, and he put in the guest book, if she was alive today, she would be a believer.
No one ever said he was smart.
Oh, what's this? And Steve Donahue. Well, Amy and Justin Bieber and Steve Donahue are the same age. Oops, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Sorry.
Yeah, now everybody knows what Amy is.
I don't know. I'm proud of my 28 years.
Okay, so I'm okay.
I'd be proud of my 28 years too. If I still.
On the other side of 30, that's maybe when I start being a bit more discreet about my age.
I wasn't planning on drinking. Is how some of the greatest nights of my life started.
That's very true.
Okay, I'm not putting up this one long. It's just there for a second. That is an abomination of a thing. So therefore, we get rid of it.
Obviously, Alan's just started drinking. So,
or were there mushrooms in your?
Yeah, no. Actually, I did eat some special mushrooms today. Maybe that's why I'm feeling a bit. I was eating. Do you know lion's manes?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, but is that?
I couldn't tell you what kind of mushroom they are.
They kind of look like Sean's beard.
Oh.
They grow like that on the side of a tree and stuff. Yeah, they're supposed to be good
cooking mushrooms. I assume mushrooms. For cooking.
Yeah, they're supposed to be good actually to prevent against dementia and things like that. But they're quite potent. I cooked them up and ate them. Maybe I ate too many of them.
Did you harvest them yourself?
No, but the shiitakes were harvested. My friend here grows them.
Oh, I like shiitakes. I like shiitake mushrooms.
I have actually a nice shiitake t-shirt that I made for him. What the hell am I talking about?
I don't know. I won't touch mushrooms. It's one of the few things I don't like.
Oh, I love them. I
always tell people I don't eat fungus.
Well, when you put it like that.
It's a good rule.
Uh,
But yeah, no, okay. I think it's time to. You mentioned T-shirts. It's time to flog our T-shirt.
oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I did it last time.
Okay, yeah. Sean's catchphrase is what, Sean? What's your catchphrase?
The person who dies with the most books wins.
It's an awesome catchphrase, and you can own it on a T-shirt. Go to www.amazon.com/something or other. The link is in Sean's description. Hey, Elvis,
I
I'm
put it
sorry.
in. Well, put it in the. I can put it in the thing. Shroom Tomb or Dark.
This is getting worse and worse. Isn't it?
I'm sure something already exists exactly tailored to that demographic.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, because Jason was calling this a booze tube first of all. So
Boob tube. It was booze tube.
Isn't that what I said?
I heard boob tube.
I heard booze tube.
Well, I'm further away than you. From you, Amy. It doesn't make any difference. I don't know what I'm talking about. I probably should just go to bed.
You've
I'm
had
going
too
to bed.
many
Good night.
mushrooms, Mark. You've had too many mushrooms, Mark.
You know, I do feel funny. Maybe I shouldn't have eaten them. So yeah, that's right. I'm on a completely different place. Yeah, you could be right. Yeah.
Now we've got a lady present, so we have to keep things clean.
Isn't a boob tube though? Excuse me, Amy. But it is like a slang nickname for a top, isn't it? Do you use that in Canada as well? Or
Not
is it just
in Canada. That would be called a tube top.
because yeah, in England we call it boob tube.
You just have bad hearing.
Wow, there you go.
I have the youngest ears, so
To be honest, if
what I heard was correct.
no offense to Alan, but now I'm actually doubting that I heard boob. I think it probably was booze.
Now we know what's in Alan's those little tablets that he showed. Oh my God!
I'm off to bed. I might watch you guys from bed if you guys are going to carry on. But I might come back. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back from bed.
We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow. Okay. All right. See you later, guys.
Bye, Mark.
Bye.
Bye. Now, it's funny, I get kicked out and now I can't work out how to leave again. Hang on.
So yeah, if you want to go, Amy, we can end it. We still got 16 people here. Nobody. Mark's. I'm Mark. Alan's gonna watch General Hospital.
Ooh, General Hospital. I haven't seen General Hospital in about 15 years. That was one of my mom's daytime soaps.
Confused too. That's ready made for Mark. So yeah. So what else? Have you been to that book fair before in Toronto?
No, I haven't. This will be the first time going. I think it was like October of 2019. I went to my very first book fair, which was the one here in Ottawa. And then, of course, I thought, oh, this is great. I'll go next year. And then it was October of 2020. So
I hope you have a deep pocketbook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going fully intending to be there mainly for the experience. And I'm thinking, well, if I come home with like one book, like that's good enough.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find a nice J.M. Barrie one. You could probably find nice. That would be a nice.
If anything, like the train fare there is about $100, like there and back for the whole trip, which fair enough, fine. Like it's a 5-hour trip each way, but it's the hotel price that kind of does you in.
Yeah,
The hotels in Toronto are like upwards of $400 a night.
Jesus Christ.
And if I don't want to pay that, like I've got to go out to some sketchy suburb. And I'm like, well, I'll just pay the $450 a night so I can be like in the neighborhood where the book fair is happening, and so I know it's a reputable hotel.
How many nights are you staying then? You could buy a nice book for that. A really nice
it's just the one night. I am staying one single night.
Okay, but still, that's a lot. So Michael asking you, are you hoping to buy anything? But I guess you said one book.
I'm hoping to buy like one, maybe two, but I don't have anything specific in mind yet. I think it's one of those things where like I'll go and I'll know when I see it.
And Jason says vlog. Like, can you do that? Like maybe take a little video before you leave, as you leave on the train, as you're getting on the train, when you arrive, when you get to your hotel room, the next morning when you go to the just do something. Yeah, do a whole bunch like that.
I thought about it because I did do like a vlog day of when I went to the fair here in Ottawa, and people like made fun of me because I couldn't pronounce antiquarian.
Oh,
it was like it was the first time I'd like tried to pronounce antiquarian. It's one of those words you see, and I'm like antiquarian, antiquarian.
But yeah, well now you know you just you're not sure. Don't say it. Just point.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that would be cool. That would be a really cool video. Or even better. When is this?
First weekend of November.
And are you going to go to the book fair on the day you're going and staying overnight, or staying overnight and then going to the book fair?
Depends, because it starts the Friday night, and then it's also like the Saturday and the Sunday, so it'll depend on when I get in and whatnot.
Because I was thinking, what if you'd gone to the book fair? Come on live. We could do it live and show what you got.
Yeah. We'll see how good the Wi-Fi in this obscenely expensive hotel is.
No, that would be cool. That would be really cool. And just maybe just do it live while you're there, and just walk around, just holding the camera. You don't have to.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to see what the vibe is, because if other people are recording and taking pictures, then I will too. But if it's like, oh, no one's got their phone out, like maybe it's not normal to be recording at something like this.
Yeah, it's so long. Like I say, when I was there, would have been probably mid to late 90s. I went to a couple, and like I say, I was sharing a table with somebody else. So because it was expensive at that time, I bet it's extremely expensive now for a table.
Yeah,
but, they're fun. Have you gone? Oh,
whose comment did we skip? Oh yeah, this is Canadian BookTube now.
A boot tube. What was I gonna say? Oh, have you gone to any sort of other bigger, not antiquarian sales, but like the charity used book sales and stuff? Because there used to be one in Ottawa in a mall. There used to be one in a mall that I used to go to, and then there was one at McLaughlin. Is it McLaughlin or University? What's the university there? No, what's the university? Oh, sorry. No,
there's U of Ottawa, and then there's Carleton University and Algonquin College.
I'm thinking of Montreal. Sorry.
McGill. Probably McGill in Montreal.
Yeah. But yeah, they have you gone to any book sales like that since the pandemic?
No, not at all. Like, as far as I can tell, they're either not happening or they're so far out of my way that it wouldn't be, feasible to take a taxi there or something.
Yeah, because I wonder how they're like now. It's well, I guess everything's gone back to pretty well normal. I guess.
Although
Uh,
you would remember the sales that used to happen in Elora, Ontario.
yeah.
That was the one, at the curling rink next to the gorge. And like
Yeah.
I haven't been since I think 2015 or 2016 would have been the last time I went. But my mom and sister had gone this year and they said it was the same, but there were a lot fewer books and the tables were spread out. So you could do like physical distancing while browsing your books.
Yeah, a friend of mine didn't go, I think, this year, but he hasn't been for a long time. He just sort of he finds like he used to go to the Toronto book sales, the university book sales, and like even when I was there, this is almost 20. This is 18 years ago, since 18 or 19 since I've last been to any, and it's almost the price that you pay online for stuff. There's no bargains anymore, and it's like supposed to be a charity book sale, and it's when I used to go is like, people would be buying, like in the first half day, they'd sell thousands and thousands and thousands of books. And then when they start putting the prices up, they literally, like when we left at the end of the day, you didn't notice any different off the tables. Everything looked the same because nobody was buying because they put the prices too high. And then at the end of the thing, we just waited to the end. You get $10 a box.
Yeah.
So that's when you win for that.
Well, I remember the Elora
I
sale back in the day. You'd go and the books would be like a quarter, 50 cents, $1. And like nothing was above $2. And now I guess things like the low end is like the $2 and things are marked up to $5. And
that's not too bad, I suppose, for some. But I remember one time I went there and somebody donated a huge chess collection. Like literally hundreds and hundreds, like there might have been over 1,000 books, and there was nobody else interested in them pretty well. And I was selling books at that time, and yeah, they were all like, I think the most was $1. So it was like, okay, I'll buy them all.
Well, I remember one year, I think it might have been like 2014, 2015. I went and I just got like every like vintage pocket, Everyman's Library and Modern Library I could find in the little editions, and they were all $1 each. And I regret getting rid of those because I had a nice collection.
I remember going to the first London, Ontario library sale, and it was in some sports thing. I think it might have been a rink. But like there was no ice in it or anything like that. It was something like that. And somehow they got donated, and there was like thousands upon thousands of vintage science fiction books. I wouldn't have been surprised that every Ace double was there, and all the stuff. And most of them were in pristine condition. And I didn't have much money at the time, so I just went through and I picked probably 50 or 100. But it was like they were, I think, 10 cents each.
Oh, wow.
10 cents each for these things that are, 60, 70 years old now, anywhere from 50 to 70 years old. It was just amazing. And it was like, and it was so great because it was like, and nobody was there. That was the thing. It was the first year. And that's always the great thing. When you get to something like this and nobody is there. I remember going, and it's always the first year of a sale, or most of the time. The first year that they do that, there's hardly anybody there, and you got to pick. You could just leisurely go through and look at every book. Those were the days.
That's like my experience. There's a bookshop here in Ottawa, Black Squirrel Books. And when I moved to Ottawa, they had just like fairly recently opened up in their new location. And so it was always dead inside. And they had a little cafe. And so I would go in like multiple times a week just to sit and read and have a cup of tea. And then they got really popular and everyone knew the place. And now I rarely go because you go in and it's like so packed, you have a hard time even browsing the books.
But yeah, you got some good stuff there. Isn't that where you got your Balzac set?
Yes, that is where the Honoré de Balzac set came from. And that's a set that had been sitting on their shelves for, I think, 3 or 4 years at that point. And I'd always kind of gone in, like I was a student doing my master's at the time, and I was like, oh yeah, there's the $250 set of the Balzac that I can't afford. And then of course the pandemic came along, and I'm sitting here, working from home with some disposable income. And I thought, I wonder if they still have that set. And so I sent them an email, and they did, and I did curbside pickup and brought it home, and they even knocked $50 off the price.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I remember you showing, I think, didn't you do a little video of it or something when you were in the shop?
I did. Yeah. I did.
I was so tempted to say, because I was working at that time, I was so tempted to say, let me transfer the money, buy it for me. And
well, the stupid thing is, so I walked over, and it takes me like 45 minutes to get to the shop. And I was like, oh yeah, it's only 25 books, not that heavy. I'll just carry it home in the box. And I get the books, and I'm holding them, like, nope, calling a taxi.
what that just makes me wonder, because I wanted to ask you that. What is a taxi fare? Like you're saying, it's 45-minute walk, so it's a few miles. I take it then, it's a couple miles.
Yeah.
3 miles, 4 miles, maybe.
Something like that. I don't know. Like, I walk as the crow flies, so to speak, because I can cut through some parks and neighborhoods. But I think the taxi was like maybe $12 or $15 back then, because it's not far.
Yeah, see, here it would be you just change that into pounds, because I've been because I want to get out and do walking along the river bank here, and it's not that far. It's like literally a kilometer away, but it's going to cost me probably 6 pounds each way, 6 or 7 pounds each way. I could go a little further, but it's not as an ideal place that I can. So it's perfect there. But yeah, I was curious, because I don't think I ever took a taxi when I was in Canada. I don't think I don't remember ever taking a taxi. I took taxis in the United States at times when I was there. Yeah, no, I don't think I have.
Yes, yeah, I take them a few times a year, mainly when I'm like on my way to like a train station or an airport. But like for the most part, I don't. Although I have a friend who like swears by Uber, and she'll Uber everywhere. But I'm like, no, like Uber is a little bit too like odd for me. Because I'm like, okay, so I download an app to my phone, and then some random stranger who also downloaded the app comes and picks me up and drives me somewhere. And the social rules, it's like, okay, what do you do in an Uber? Well, most of them want to talk. It's not like in a taxi where there's like clear social rules and a barrier, and you don't have to speak to them. And, the taxi driver is like registered and certified with the city. But you could take an Uber.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, see, I don't know if they've got them here in this town. I don't know if they've got Ubers here or not. That could be an option. I'll have to look into that, because that could be cheaper. I would hope it's cheaper just to go a couple miles, like, well, not even a couple miles. It's probably 2 kilometers. So yeah, just over a mile, maybe a mile and a half at the most. And I just can't walk it. But getting back to books, you went to one of my favorite bookstores and two of my favorite booksellers in Kingston.
Oh yeah,
we did that.
Barry and Peterson.
Yeah.
I had gone to Kingston for the first time in February of 2020. I was in town for an Old Dominion concert, and so I thought, I'll check out some bookstores. And so I went, and I loved it. And I thought, well, it's not that far of a train trip. Maybe I'll just pop down every once in a while. And then, of course, we had a pandemic. And I finally went back for just a day trip in July.
Yeah, what did you get there? I don't remember what you.
I got a whole stack of stuff. I'm just looking across the room because my TBR shelf is there, and I'm like, okay, what came from Barry and Peterson and what came from the Book Vault in Endicott, New York? Because like I sort of bought the stuff around the same time, but it was mainly some essay collections and whatnot, and a few from the Canadiana section. It was kind of funny. I had a bit of a miserable time browsing because I had just gone on this 1,000-island boat tour. And I thought, oh, this is great, but I don't want to burn because I'm like very fair-skinned and I burn easily. And so I put this sunscreen on and I get out on the water and something between like the sunscreen and the wind blowing in my face, I had an allergic reaction.
Oh.
And so I got like, my face was puffy. I had like, my eyes were watering, my nose was dripping. And I'm like there on this boat trying to enjoy it and thinking, oh, great, this woman beside me is going to think I have COVID or something. And then these symptoms persisted like all the way to like 2 or 3 hours later after I'd gone to a pub and then go to the bookstore. And so I'm trying to browse like Barry and Peterson with a drippy nose in July. And they don't have air conditioning, so.
No.
But it was still worth it in the end because I got some books.
Did you notice a set, a leather-bound? I wonder if they still have it. They had a really nice set of Tobias Smollett, a leather-bound set, an early 1800s.
I don't think they did. Yeah. Like I would sort of suspect it's not quite the same quality as you remember. Like even in my memory between like when I went in 2020 and this year, it seemed to me that their stock wasn't quite what I remember. They didn't have as much of the old stuff as I recalled.
That could be a combination because they were very active in going to book sales, and book sales, the quality there dropped. And I think one of them got quite ill as well and can't sort of go to book sales anymore. So that could be it. And if you got to rely on walk-ins, but yeah, no, I really like I like them as booksellers as well. They're really great.
Yeah. And I'm not sure who was working the counter because the guy working the counter, like I doubt he would have been working there when you would have gone.
Yeah.
Because I would suspect he wasn't like more than 5 or 10 years older than me.
Yeah, I don't think. I just want to say, Aaron, thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. See, because that will be cheaper than a normal taxi if they have them here, and that could be a really good thing. I sat on a German taxi driver. What? You sat on a German taxi driver.
Hopefully not physically on the driver.
Yeah, well, that's what I wonder.
Is he still drinking?
I think it's some shrooms that he had. Maybe the combination of the drink as well. Like if there was something, they could have done something. Yeah, no, I don't think they had anybody working for them when I was there. No, that is something, or they might have at different times. Because obviously, when they were both out buying books, they would have had to have somebody in the shop. So obviously, they did. Just sort of thinking about it. Also, too, there was a great book sale there as well. It was for the Kingston Symphony, and Robertson Davies taught at Kingston University. And so his library showed up there over various years. And one year, it was the dregs basically. But I remember getting a whole bunch of P.G. Wodehouse books that were like there were inscriptions from his wife to him, and some of them were inscriptions from him to his wife. It was amazing, and they were just like $1 or $2, you know. And I was like, with jackets on, and it was just I couldn't believe it.
So that's the question. Are you a Robertson Davies fan?
I don't know, because and that's a serious question, because a serious answer, because I haven't read enough of him. I've read some of his essays and short pieces, but I've never read his, what is it? The I forget what it's called now. There's a 3-series book or series. I can't remember. I've never read.
I forget what the series is called, but he's actually got 2 that are like trilogies. I think his most famous is Fifth Business, which has like 2 other books in the series. But I think like he's sort of almost institutionalized in Canada now, because he was required reading when I was in high school. It was like grade 12 English. We all had to read Fifth Business, and that was part of the curriculum.
Davies only wrote 11 novels, Gerald's saying. But yeah, I've only read some of his short pieces. I've got a collection of his essays here somewhere, which I really like. And he's done a book of ghost stories.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I said, 2 of the final
3 trilogies, yeah.
Yeah, so 2 of the final trilogy did not finish it. George. Yeah, I'm gonna have. I do want to. That is something I've just. I don't think I've ever seen any of his books here in the UK. It's not that I've looked for them, but it's just, if I saw his name, it would jump out because I know who he is. But no, it was great, and I also got a huge. There were 4 or 5 volumes on English cathedrals that were from the early 1800s. Massive leather-bound volumes. I wish I had them now, but I bought them and resold them at the book fair that you're going to.
Oh.
So yeah, no, it's interesting. So where else have you been in? Well, you say you were in Endicott. Is it Endicott, New York?
Endicott, New York, and it's kind of a weird strip of road there because like Endicott was where IBM used to have one of their home bases, and since IBM pulled out, like the whole place is dead, and so it's kind of sketchy. Like it's one of those streets where like there's no park benches, there's no planters. You're like, I wouldn't want to be here after dark, but you go, and there's this great bookshop called the Book Vault. And they call themselves the Book Vault because they have an old safe that was in the storefront, like when they purchased the place. And they discovered it was going to cost them way too much to have that safe removed. And so they just kind of left it. And it's what you would think of as like a used bookshop, but they had a whole collection of like classics and essays. And of course, when you're shopping in American dollars, everything seems super affordable. Because I'm like, oh, this one is only $10. Oh, that one's only $20.
Yeah, when I was going at the time, it was like, I think it was every US dollar was like $1.65 Canadian or something like that. When I was, and that was in the early 90s. So
yeah,
big change now.
At this point, I think the exchange rate is about like 70 cents Canadian on the US dollar. So we're kind of at a disadvantage, but it's great when you get a check in American dollars.
Yes. Have you been to any of the other, because like there, I think there might be somebody watching or will watch this later that I talked to through emails, but he lives in Albany, New York. Have you ever been to any of the book barns throughout?
No, I haven't.
Those are an experience because you go into this place and you never think there would be, this little town somewhere, like a village basically. And then, there's a barn that's been converted into a massive bookshop. And like when I used to go through there, and I'm sure it was better decades before I was, that, these places, the books have been sitting there forever, because, and there are a lot of good stuff. I don't know now. Like everybody's traveling around. Everybody's got their phone. They can check stuff, but they're still fun. And I think the email I get from one of my viewers says that there's still lots of good stuff in these book barns. So next time you're down
there was a place. It's closed now, and I kind of miss it. But I think it was called like Paperback Exchange or something in Binghamton, New York, and it wasn't much to look at. Like, I don't know if many people would find stuff there, but I used to go with my mom when we would go down to see her parents because she used to frequent it in her college days. And you would go in, and kind of the hallmark thing about it is that they had Harlequins. They had walls and walls of Harlequins, and they were all in like chronological order. And so as a teenager, I was allowed to read the Harlequins, but I was only allowed to read the ones from before 1970 because of the content. And so I'd go in and I'd come away with like dozens of these like 1960s, 1950s Harlequins for $1 each. And so I read like some really wild plots, and I kind of miss it because they did close.
Yeah, well, some of those had really nice covers on too.
Yeah.
The early ones.
The covers were amazing, and like I don't have any of them anymore, but I had actually a couple years ago I'd gone online and I'd purchased some of the Sarah Seeley titles because I had good memories of those, and I'm like, oh, I kind of like to read those again. Like the plots are absolutely ridiculous, but they're kind of good.
Yeah, well, that's what the Mark read, the good bad books. That's what the
Mm.
essay by Orwell was. Good bad books, and that's sort of the thing. They're not Shakespeare in any stretch of the imagination, but they're fun and good books to read. Have you been to many? I think I've asked you this before, but I'm not sure the answer. The Toronto book sales, not book sales. Sorry, Toronto bookstores.
No, like that's kind of a gap. Even though I grew up like near Kitchener, we never really went into Toronto all that much. Like I think until I actually moved to Ottawa, like I could count on one hand the number of times I'd been into Toronto. And it was stuff like, oh, like a school trip to the ROM, a family trip to Casa Loma. And so, yeah, we didn't go book shopping.
Yeah, I don't know what there's left there now. That's the thing. But if you got time after the sale, it depends on where you are there, I suppose. Because I'm trying to think where the art gallery is. I can't remember where the art gallery is.
Yeah, I think it's within walking distance of Union Station and like the CN Tower. And by walking distance, I mean I can get there in about like 25 minutes or a half hour.
I don't know if where's Yonge Street from there? That's too far.
That is a good question because I don't know Toronto. Like my experience with Toronto in the past like 10 years is like, oh, you're there, you're just changing trains or something, and off you go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, it's probably too far because there must be still a bookshop or two on Queen
Oh, I'm
Street.
sure, yeah.
There must be. Like, it's not like it was in the 80s. I have no doubt about that. It's just, it's a shadow of what it was.
Yeah.
But
I'm hoping if I can get to the sale or the show on like the Friday night, depending on when it runs to, then I've got like most of Saturday morning and the early afternoon to check out some other things.
Yeah, because you might. Well, it'd be easy enough to get on a bus or the subway. It depends where you are because I don't know if Bloor. You have to be for subway. You got to get up to Bloor and get across. But yeah, that should be easy enough. You mentioned Kitchener. You have a favorite bookshop that you go. There are two now, don't you? That you go to.
Yeah, the KW Paperback Press, I think that's what it's called. KW Bookstore. That's the one that I often go to. And I like that one because the prices are good. And I would often trade stuff in there a few years ago because basically what happened is I moved out to Ottawa and I was renting like a single room. And so I only took a few books with me. And then, of course, I amassed more books here. And I still had like a whole collection at my parents' place. And so slowly I would go through and I'd either pack it in my suitcase or pack it in a bag and take it to the KW bookstore for credit. And it was always good because they always liked what I brought. They always took everything. And now I go every time I'm back, and my mom and sister go, and they've got like the punch cards where you spend a certain amount of money and they give you a punch. And then once you have a full card, you get a free book.
Yeah, I remember when they were a fraction of the size. I think they've even cut down. They used to be a very narrow, right on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of King Street, and it was they were, I think, just on the corner, or maybe up. But anyway, no, they were up a little bit because there was a cafe on the corner, a restaurant of some sort. But it was a very narrow shop, and then they wanted to expand, like next door, so they broke out the wall. They rented it or bought it. There was a lady that owned it at that time. Now I think it's Scott. I can't remember his surname, but that I think he's taken over. But anyway, and it was great for me because that was the time where I was struggling at times going to university. So I wasn't getting any money. Like I'd used up all my OSAP for excavations in Jordan and everything like that. So I had no money to pay rent or anything. So I'd go to one little shop that had a bin outside. There were 10-cent paperbacks, and then I'd walk them around and sell most of them for $1 and then go buy some food. and then I started going to book sales, and it was great because they wanted to expand. They needed books. So I filled out their history section, and I am sure Like you've shown some books that you've bought there. I wouldn't doubt that some of those were mine, that were actually mine, that I've resold like later to them because I had huge collections. You've got, I think it's called the Companion Book Club. You've got some of those, I think, and some Everymans. Like, there's a good chance some of those are ones that I own. That's
possible. And like, I don't know if they stocked this kind of stuff back in the day, but they've also got like their international magazines and newspapers, and they've got a German book section. And you turn the one corner and they've got a bunch of Christian romances, where that's where my mom spends all her time browsing.
They had magazines, like amazing section of magazines, but then they stopped doing it. From what I understood, something happened in the magazine market where something happened that they weren't getting the money, or they had to pay out before they sent everything back. Something, anyway, I think. But they had just, you could get anything and everything, journals and everything. Like, it was amazing. There were like aisle upon aisle, like there was a whole sort of one side of the shop because that was really huge. But my friend said, I think they've actually are smaller than they used to be when I was there. So that you might have started going after they shrunk a little bit, but still bigger than they were originally.
They're like smack dab in the middle of a block. Like, they're not on a corner or anything. And it's a little bit tricky too, because the parking sucks now that the LRT, light rail transit, went into Kitchener-Waterloo, because now you can no longer park like anywhere near the store. You end up parking like 2 blocks away, 3 blocks away down near Victoria Park.
Well, at the time there was right in front of them. You'd have this little, it's curved in, and there'd be spots to park on their side, and then across there was the bank. There was a bank there, I think, and in front of the bank there was like 2 or 3 spots as well. So if you were lucky, or the side street, there was always parking around there at that time.
Now there's like LRT tracks, so you can't park. That parking's gone. And then for a while, I thought, you could park over here. Then they added bike lanes.
So, but there's one other one that you go there too, isn't there? That's up in
Old Gold Books. Old Gold Books, which is on. Trying to think the name of the street. But it's closer to like the Princess Cinema and Conestoga Mall area, and they're in this old yellow brick house. It's still set up like a house. Like, you walk up onto this porch and there's a sign, and usually they got their door hanging open, and it's very close in there. Like, not too many people can browse at once. And I remember going for the first time during COVID, and there was a sign that was like no more than 3 people at once or something, and hand sanitizer near the door. And it's floor to ceiling books, old wood floors, and I found some good stuff there. That's where I got my early edition of The Tattler a couple years back.
Yeah, no, it's because I've known Michael, that's the owner. He was partners with another Scot for a while. He was a musician as well, but he was working for another bookseller that was their Second Look.
Second Look is still there, although I haven't been in a while, because I tried to go. I think it was at Christmas I tried to go, and they hadn't advertised very well on their Facebook page and site, because by all indications they were open. But we get there and there's a sign on the door that said they were like closed and curbside pickup only. And so I'm looking in, and they had some great stuff in the windows.
My friend went there because we used to, like, not in that location, but there was another location that they were at. My friend and I set up all the bookcases for him. He painted the whole place. It was like this huge place because he originally was just down actually from, or actually more center, but on the same side from KW Books. He was down a little further.
Yeah.
But anyway, then he moved to a bigger place. But the funny thing is, and I had sold a lot of books there, and my friend said there's still my books that are sitting on the shelf. And this is like 20 some years later, and books that he had sold as well that are still sitting there, and that's just it's just amazing. It's amazing. But
I had gone into Second Look for the first time, I think, when I was in high school, because we had this independent reading assignment, and I was like, okay, I got to find his copy of Roger Lemlin's The Town Below. So I went to Second Look, and I found a copy of that there, and then I needed a copy of Hugh McLennan's Two Solitudes, which they didn't have. So then we went to KW Bookstore, and I found it there, and been going to both of those shops ever since.
Yeah, before your time, I think, was Casablanca Books that was there. The guy used to work at City Lights Bookshop in London. And then there was, what's her name? She used to be part of Abelard Books, I think, in Toronto. And then she moved to Kitchener, but then she moved to Arizona. But those, like, there used to be like 5 or 6 used bookshops in Kitchener, like downtown Kitchener. It's just, it was amazing. And then there was small ones that occasionally opened up in Waterloo, but they were sort of more paperback exchanges. Old Goat Books is the longest survivor there for Waterloo. And my shop was actually, there's a street, like their shop is sort of here, and then King Street goes like this, and they're on the corner. There's another street that sort of starts and goes down the opposite way. It's a very short street. My shop,
the one with the Old Goat Books parking lot on it, is that the one?
Well, no, mine is, it's across King Street. It's on across the side. There used to be a bar, Big Ethel's, I think, a bar that was on the corner.
That sounds familiar. That could still be there, or at least the signage is.
But down that street, that's where my bookshop was for a while. So anyway, but have you been anywhere else, like in Canada? Like, have you gone to Waterloo? Waterloo. London to Attic. Is it Atticus? Attic Books or Atticus? I can't remember now.
No, I've never, like, I think the last time I was in London would have been over a decade ago, and it wasn't to shop for books.
No, if you ever get a chance when you're back, it's Attic or Atticus, and I can't remember which. I think it's Atticus, because or is it because there's an Atticus Books that's in Toronto, and they used to have a branch in Ottawa as well. And I can't remember whether they're Attic or the other one is. It's something like that.
Yeah.
They're still there, and I think you'll love it. Prices vary, but they do have a discount section, I think, still in the basement. I think you'd like it. Make sure that you have a car with you.
Okay.
But yeah,
well, it's a matter of convincing my mom to drive an hour from their house to London. Then
that's not a long distance. There's nice. You could stop at Shakespeare on the way. Or Stratford. No, not Stratford. Is it Shakespeare? Shakespeare. There's nice little antique, or there used to be antique shops in Shakespeare that were really nice, and some of them had books. I don't know if they're still there. I have no idea if they're still there.
There was like a movie and DVD shop in Stratford. I forget the name now, but I remember it was like on the highway coming into Stratford. And I don't know if that was there back in your day, but you'd go in and it had like one of the best DVD selections in like Southern Ontario.
Oh no, I don't think I remember that. Around where I had my shop on the next street, sort of. Well, you got Old Goat Books, you got the King Street here, then you got my street, and then you got another street, and I can't remember what that is. But down there used to be. It was one of the first DVD shops that were sort of, I think, around there, and it was really popular. They had a lot of foreign films and things like that, or non-English films. But they're probably long gone. I can't remember the name of it. That's the only video store I remember.
Yeah. Because there was one in Stratford, and I remember it because we'd go to Stratford like every summer or whatever for a day trip, and I think that's where I bought like a DVD of like the 1931 Dracula, and I got like my copy of like Humphrey Bogart, The Petrified Forest, and Casablanca. And
no, it sounds like it was an okay place. It was like you probably heard of. I don't know. Did you ever get to like Ed Mirvish? In Toronto, like his son had a DVD place, and it was like, you know, on a massive scale. Like there was sort of everything there at the time that you could, any film basically you wanted, it was there. Because he, you know, they had deep pockets and they just had everything, you know. And I remember getting Kino releases there a few times, you know, and you just couldn't buy that stuff anywhere else. So that was cool. But yeah, no, if your mom likes antique places, but then again, they may not be there anymore. That's the thing. Like you'd park, and you know how big Shakespeare is. It's like it's just, you know, you can walk from one end to the other. But there were some nice books. I remember a big set of I think it was some exploration in the United States, and I never had enough money, and it wasn't that expensive in reality, but they were like $50 or $60 Canadian. At the time I didn't have it. And then finally when I had the money, and guess what? When I went back, they were gone. So as usual. But no, anyway, maybe we. I don't know. Nobody's been putting up.
Is anyone even still there?
Yeah, well, there's 11. Well, we just dropped a couple.
Have they all walked away to, I don't know, make their dinner, go to bed?
Awesome. Mark's probably snoring. I don't know if Gerald's still here, because Gerald was making the comments regarding what's his name, Davies, Robertson Davies.
Mm.
So, but yeah, maybe we'll call it a night. I don't know if you still. Well, we were gonna. I'm in the. Mark says, "Are you actually in the pub?" Really?
Should I go out to a pub? It's Friday night.
Yeah, it could be. Oh, Gerald's still here.
My usual Friday night plan has gone to Toronto. So.
Sorry, you were going to go to Toronto? Oh, sorry.
No. The person I usually spend my Friday nights with is in Toronto for the weekend. So.
Oh, okay.
I got to figure out what to do with my Friday.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. I thought I lost you for a moment, and I was going to have to say farewell to everyone.
Yeah, no. If I don't know if anybody has any other questions or show us Mark.
Sure.
Yeah. Log on, Mark, at the pub. We don't believe you. But yeah, no, if you want, I don't know if there was anything else that people wanted to ask Amy. She's a great book collector and reader of great stuff. If you're not following her channel, you should be. Definitely. And I'm gonna put a comment that Jason said back here up on the screen, because it's, if I can find it. But yeah, no, it's you're oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. So many comments. Booze comments. That's all it's talking about. Booze comments. There we go. No, that's not it.
Purgatory, no. I was raised Lutheran. I don't believe in purgatory.
It's got to be here somewhere, but I can't find it. Anyway, it was Mark. I'm no, sorry, Jason saying she's the best Canadian book person or something like that.
I'll gladly take that title.
It was something like that. But yeah, have you gone to bookstores anywhere else then? Like you've gone in New York? Is there any other places that you've frequented in between?
Not frequented. Like I vaguely remember going to like Port Stanley or Point Bruce or something as a teenager, and there was a lot of like used bookstores along there. That was when I remember you could get Louis L'Amour paperbacks for $2.50 at like 3 or 4 different bookstores. But for the life of me, I can't remember whether it was Port Stanley or Port Bruce.
Oh, I know a good little story that people might find interesting. I still come back to this. We were just talking about this some other time. You said your age, so there's nothing to hide. You're 28.
Yeah.
I'm 56, 57 coming up. I can't remember now. 56 or 57. But I used to, in the early 90s, late 80s and during the 90s, go to a lot of book sales. And there's a book sale where you grew up. We'll need to say the exact place, but
Small town known for
yeah,
its maple syrup.
yeah, and they used to have a book sale in a basement of this building, and I went to it many, many times, and you've been to it as well. But
Yep. It was the public library I went to as a kid. It was around the corner from where I grew up, and every year we go to the book sale in August, and I think we determined like it's quite possible that Shawn and I were standing in the same room at some point. Of course, I would have been like 4 or 5 years old looking at the Robert Munch books or something.
Yeah, see, that makes me feel extremely, extremely old. But it's just weird. It's just weird that sort of happened. That it's a very good chance that has happened. Because I remember going to that book sale, not every year, but quite often at some point in the early 90s at some point. So yeah, so that's just I just find that kind of weird. And there was somebody else one time that said they remember me in the 80s going to Queen Street London bookshop. But I'm not too sure about that. That seemed a little, because I don't quite look as, I look more handsome now than I did. But no, I don't know if anybody else has a question. I guess, yeah, always watch you in awe, but have no intelligent question.
In awe. Oh. I don't know if you should be watching me in awe.
Well, you do have a lot of nice books. And when I say that is because a lot of booktubers your age and even some older, when they show it, it's all new books. It's all just shiny. There was a guy that was, where was he from? He was from Nicaragua, I think, that used to go to book sales in Canada. He was an illegal, there. He's sadly passed away. I really, really liked him. But he would call new books shiny shinies. Oh. Like anything that was in perfect condition, a shiny. And that's stuck in my mind. And I remember going, because he took me around to, like, there was all sorts of little places you could go to in Toronto where they sold books. And and I stayed several days. Like, he occasionally rented a trailer for like a semi, to put his books in, and he lived in there for a little while. He knew everywhere to go to the soup kitchens and everything, and to get these to get books, and sort of almost dumpster diving to get stuff in some places because good books, but they just didn't, whoever was sorting them didn't think it would sell. And so it's just a great guy. Well, his name was Caesar or Cesar. And it was just a great guy, and it was fun because he supported himself, as much as possible. He couldn't have a apartment or anything like that, but he had enough that he could, buy clothes and do things that he wanted to, and he was happy doing this. But I'm not sure what happened to him. He was quite young at the time. He was in his 20s, I think, at the time. That's when I was younger too.
Maybe he got an apartment finally, Ian.
Well, I know he died. That's the thing. Oh. He did die. I think he got some disease I'd heard or something like that. So it wasn't like, but I don't know. I because you used to meet people. That's where I met Barry and Peterson at book sales. All the book sales in Toronto. And there was another guy that used to collect. Toronto books about Toronto. He had a massive collection. This guy, he'd been doing it like he was in his 40s or 50s in the early 90s, and he's since passed away. And yeah, he just, he would be there at every sale. He'd be the first in line, or and sometimes I purposely would try to get there and pick him at the post just to see, I'd always let him go first, because it was something, a pride for him that he'd been doing it for years, And I think of these people occasionally because, you know, like it's 20 some years since I've seen these people, and someone like him, and I wonder, like, I know he passed away, but what happened to his books? Because he must, like, I know he had a collection and documents as well, because he'd been collecting this stuff for like 40 years. That was his life, you know, just collecting material on Toronto. And I know he had stuff that nobody else had, because there were documents like for the TTC, the Toronto Transit Commission, all sorts of things like that. But anyway, yeah, it just I think we're lowering in numbers now, because I think everybody's getting. Oh no, we just gained 2 here now. So yeah, I don't know. There doesn't seem to be any questions. So I'm not sure. We were planning on having Amy back or Amy tomorrow night. If you still want to do that, we can still do it. But I think we've covered a lot of stuff here. But we could talk about what you're currently reading, I think, and your books about books obsession. It's a weird thing that you have there.
Oh yeah, very weird, very weird. Yeah, I took the game for that.
Yeah, no, yeah, well, okay. So do stop in at the same time tomorrow. It's 6 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is that right? Yeah, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, and 7 p.m. European. And we'll talk about books again, and a little more detail, and dig into this weird obsession.
It's a weird obsession.
Yes.
Very weird.
Well, thanks, Amy. This has been joy. This has made my evening. I still maybe I'll save the rest of the gin for tomorrow, or I'll continue. I'm not sure.
I think it's time for me to get some dinner on.
Have a good evening, and see you tomorrow. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.